supporters, they weren't too happy about how, I guess, not everyone was bowing down for Trump. It was amazing. But guys, if you are interested in joining the panel, go ahead and request up. We will go ahead and get the conversation started here in just a moment. We just need to get the likes up to 8,000 likes. As soon as we hit 8,000 likes, we will open up the panel. If you are someone that actually supports Trump and you want to tell me why you're excited about the way that the country is heading, go ahead and request up. If you are someone that does not support Donald Trump and you're a little bit iffy about where things are heading, go ahead and request up. This is Late Nights with Santana, and all are welcome. We're going to go ahead and open up the panel. And as we get people in on the panel, please mute yourself. Please mute yourself, and we will go ahead and get it started. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Guys, I don't know what's going on, but the likes are moving slow. What is happening? Is anyone here? What is going on? What is actually happening right now? Peyton, how are you this evening?
It's good, Santana. How you doing?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hey, before we get the panel in here, let me tell you some about what happened today. So I work a day job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Man, and dude was talking about yesterday how I had no chance into getting into politics or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I basically solidified the fact that I have to now, because I was talking to one of my coworkers that, I mean, is a wonderful person, but she has a lot of health issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, she has insurance, she has health insurance, and she is still with that insurance $36,000 in debt, and she is in her early 20s.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. That is absolutely insane. Whew. All right, hold tight for me 1 second, Peyton. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Let's get the shares up as well. Let's get the shares up to at least 50 shares. Also, the daily gift goal are the little pink heart puffs. If we can knock those out, then that will help push us out to the FYP. If you are someone that supports Donald Trump and you want to actually come up because you are excited about the direction of the country, go ahead and request up. If you are someone that does not support Donald Trump and you're a little bit worried about where things are, again, go ahead and request up. You are welcome as well. All are welcome here on Late Nights with Santana. Get in the box. We're going to go around the panel and do a quick introduction. Oh, okay. Wait, why? Why? KP, why do you say that? KP, hop up. Why do you say that?
Yo, hello?
Hold on 1 second. Give me one moment, Venture. Guys, as we get in, keep tapping the screen, share the live out, do all the wonderful things. If you are someone that's interested in joining the panel, if you are someone that's interested in joining the panel, if you are someone that supports Donald Trump and you are excited about the direction of the country, go ahead and request up. We will go ahead and get it started here in just a moment. So, Peyton, I think I asked this question of you last night, but I'm going to go ahead and ask again. Or I didn't ask this question, but I'll ask the question right now. What is, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your excitement on the direction of the country?
0.
Ooh, okay. That's super low.
Can I go negative?
Oh, you cannot. You cannot.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna say 0.
All right. Venture, how are you?
What's up? I'm good.
Venture, are you driving?
No.
I'm sorry?
No.
Okay, cool. Hey, Venture, do you have a problem? There's some people in the chat saying that you you like to say some not so nice words. Are we good? What's happening?
I don't know, bro. You might want to ask them. I'm not a bad guy.
Okay, Oh, okay. I don't know. Okay, well, we'll figure it out, guys. We'll go ahead and. Oh.
Yeah, Trump. I give Trump a 10 out of 10.
Okay, cool. Are you someone that uses slurs? Is that what you're saying?
Not really. Not online. I'll say that. Not online.
Oh, just in real life.
Yeah, around my friends. I'll call my friend Lavitson from the DR. I'll call him slurs. He'll call me slurs. I'll have a good time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's weird. That's absolutely weird. That's weird. That's weird. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. Anyway, guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 25,000 likes. If you are interested in joining the panel, go ahead and request up. Again, if you are someone that's excited about the direction of the country and you would actually like to tell us why you are excited about the direction that the country is heading in, go ahead and request up. If you're someone that is worried about the direction of the country, go ahead and request up. All are welcome. All are welcome. This is Late Nights with Santana. We have a couple of spots open on the panel. We will go ahead and get started here. Again, if you are interested in joining the panel, go ahead and request up. Dez called it. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, man. I I was just in a live with Venture, and it was comedy gold, bro.
Really?
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
okay.
calling the host all kinds of names. It was crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, we got him up out the paint because we don't do that here in on Late Nights with Santana. With that being said, question for you: what is your excitement on the direction of the country on a scale from 1 to 10?
It would be a -6.
Again, it's got to be one. Why you always want to go negative? So we'll say
Sorry,
one.
man.
No worries. Give me 1 second here. Lola. Hey, Lola.
Hi, Santana. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. How are you?
Good. Hi, Peyton. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Lola, what is your excitement for the country on a scale 1 through 10?
You already know where I'm at, man. I'm going to say 0 on that one.
Ooh, okay. All right. Give me just a second here.
Santana, can I direct the same question at you? I'm curious to see your excitement for the country right now.
Yeah, no, that's not how this works, Peyton. You are not going to get me with my question. No. Absolutely not. Beverly, how are you, my friend? Beverly? Okay, Beverly, I'm going to drop you down and you can request back up. Hemlock, how are you this evening, my friend?
Hello. Hi. I'm pretty good. Can I ask how to mute? I don't really know how TikTok
Yeah,
what
no
that
worries.
was.
Well, first let me ask you a question.
Oh, I found it.
What is your excitement for the country, the direction the country's heading on a scale from 1 to 10?
Definitely 0.
Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and mute you, and or maybe it'll be better just to, yeah, you are actually muted now, so you're good.
I got it. Sorry.
Yep, no worries. Chris, how are you this evening, my friend?
Great. How are y'all doing?
Wonderful. Chris, what is your excitement for the country on a scale from 1 to 10?
Oh, that'd be a -4.
Holy smokes. You guys don't know how to do math. Stop giving me negatives. No, I'm just messing with you. Give me just a moment here, my friend.
I bet.
The Black Historian. Hey, Shay. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. The Black Historian. What is your excitement level for the country on a scale 1 to 10?
You know it's to hell, but I'll say 1.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. And let's see. Is it Crystal Forever? Is that
CYO Forever. Thank you.
CYO
Let me
Forever?
speak.
No worries. CYO Forever. Forever. I'm just gonna call you Forever. What's your excitement level for the country on a scale 1 through 10?
1.
It's a 1. Okay. All right. We don't have a lot of excited folks up here. That's interesting.
Sorry.
All right.
Here's something for you to get excited about. Has anybody see what the orange doofus purchased in South Carolina today?
Not yet, but hold tight because I would love to hear about it. Give me 1 second here. All right, guys. So we have a couple of spots left open on the panel. If you are someone that's actually excited about the direction that the country is heading in, go ahead and request up. I want to see if we can actually get a little bit of balance to the panel. I know that there are quite a few people up here that aren't necessarily excited, but I do definitely want to get someone that's actually excited about where the country is heading. If you are in the request, as a matter of fact, as of right now, if you're in the request and you're someone that's not really excited about the direction of the country, if you're not someone that's really happy with the State of the Union from last night, could you just drop out for me for right now? And I am only looking for people in the request at the moment that are excited about the direction of the country. We are only looking for people that are excited about the direction of the country, meaning that you are someone that's happy with Donald Trump and the Trump administration. Or if you're in the chat and you fall into that category, just go ahead and drop a me and I will pull you up to the panel. If you are in the chat and you're excited about the Trump administration and the direction that the country is headed, drop a me and I will bring you right up. Let's get Peyton back in here. Let's see here. Chris, are you excited about the direction that the country's heading?
Well, at this point, I am. Burn it to the ground. I'm a level 1,000 out
you're
of
being
10.
facetious, my friend.
Let's fucking burn it.
Okay, listen, I'm going to drop you down for now. You can request back up again. I am only looking for some people that's actually excited about the direction of the country at this moment. That way we can actually have the conversation. But you can request back up, okay?
Awesome.
All right, guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Let's also get the shares up to 50 shares. Do all the wonderful things. Also, we do have our daily gift goal, which is little notes. If we can knock those out a couple of times, it will help push us out to the FYP. Mike, how are you this evening, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. Mike, are you excited about the direction that the country's heading?
You know, I wouldn't call it excited, but I'm happy. I think good things are gonna come to everyone.
Okay, perfect. Give me just a moment here, my friend. Yeah. How are you this evening?
Good.
Good. Yeah, are you excited about the direction that the country's heading?
Yeah.
You are, okay. And so, 1 to 10, what's your excitement level?
I'm tired today, but I'm pretty content.
Okay. So you are happy with the Trump administration, just trying to verify.
Yes.
Okay. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started, guys. We are going to go ahead and get started. Just a couple of things to remind everyone on the panel, just so we are able to actually have these conversations. Please be mindful of your language. Please use TikTok-friendly language. What does that mean? That means that please use words like unalive, AB, mustache man, C19, all of those things that actually protect not only your TikTok, but the live. Also, guys, this is a safe and friendly community. What does that mean? That means that we don't do any of the isms here. Racism, sexism, classism, none of it. We also don't do any phobias, homophobia, transphobia, none of that. We don't play that on the panel, nor do we play that in the chat. Speaking of the chat, guys, if you are in the chat, please be mindful. Caps are for mods. Caps will actually pull my attention away from the panel and to the chat, and I want to make sure that we're able to focus on this conversation. So please be mindful, because my mods will mute and block. They do not play. Last but not least, guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live out. If you have not sent your daily heart me, go ahead and send it. It's only 1 coin, and it will help boost the live. Guys, we do have a nightly donation goal of $250, so Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. We are live on Twitch and YouTube as well. What up, Twitch? What up, YouTube? Speaking of YouTube, we do have subscribers over on YouTube, and you can also donate with super chats if you want to actually help support. With that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Again, we have had an interesting last few days, right? And even more than just the last few days, I think there is some back and forth as far as where the country's heading. So, Mike, I want to start with you. You said that you're optimistic about the direction that the country's heading. But looking at the topics on the background, right, there's a lot of people that are kind of concerned about a couple of different things. As you can see, you know, we have the economy. A lot of people say it shows that the stock market is failing, inflation is up, things along those lines. But we do also worry about certain billionaires like Elon Musk, who is flying in Air Force One and Marine One just to take him and his son to the White House where they're staying. We know for a fact that the United States now is kind of looked down on by the rest of the world because of how we've treated Ukraine. But then also you have countries like France and Germany who, as of today, are even coming out and saying that they don't know if America is still their allies. I guess with all of that being said, Mike, can you tell me why you think that we're heading in the right direction, or are you excited about anything that's happening with this administration?
Well, I think the other countries are worried, and the past couple of administrations haven't been so well. Everybody asked the United States for help, and they just been handed stuff. Here, go ahead, whatever you need. And now they're getting asked, well, I don't mind helping you, but what am I going to get in return? And honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, no, listen, I think there's a lot of people who feel that way as well. And, I think there was a whole back and forth as well about President Zelensky and the mineral deal. And so let me ask you this question. What did you think about that deal that was on the table? Do you think that was a step in the right direction as far as, this is an opportunity for the United States to actually get something, but it kind of goes back to what you were saying, where Ukraine is saying, or Zelensky is saying, yeah, we'll give you these rare minerals, but you have to be willing to help. But the Trump administration apparently wasn't necessarily willing to give those securities.
With all the weapons, with all the stuff that they did get already, I think we should at least start getting something in return. And I think, I don't think Trump is an ally of Putin by any means, but, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for saying this, but I think Putin is somewhat of a reasonable person. He just doesn't want to go unalive everybody.
Okay.
And I think him and Trump are able to sit down and talk, where Zelensky, I'm really not sure how to feel about him, because there was a cease order put in place not too long ago.
A ceasefire?
And yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't want to say that.
Oh, no,
But
you're
yeah,
good.
there was a ceasefire not too long ago, and if I remember correctly, Zelensky right after that was the one who sent to you know what I'm.
Are you trying to
He
say
sent
that
a couple
Zelensky
things
broke
over
the
into
last
Russia.
Yeah, no, that's not true. That's not true. Yeah, there's been 25 ceasefires agreed upon between Russia and Ukraine, and Russia has broken each and every one of those actual ceasefires. So no, unfortunately, that's not true.
Well, I mean, I think Zelensky's somewhat of an instigator. How many did Zelensky break?
None. What do you mean?
That you know of?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Can you actually reference any that you know of? I'll actually. You know what? Let's verify.
No, because it was a question, because I didn't know, and I wasn't trying to test you on your knowledge or anything like that. But I mean, Putin and Zelensky seem like they go back and forth a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's do this.
You know, just like Arabs in Israel, they've been going back and forth for hundreds of years. Zelensky hasn't been in office that long, but I think they push each other's buttons
That's
on purpose,
interesting.
just to see who's going to do something.
Okay, hold on one second. So this is what I'm going to do, because so I know there's a detailed history of all of the times that Vladimir Putin has actually broken the ceasefire between Ukraine and Russia. So I'm definitely gonna look this up and see if I can find any documented times. I mean, again, I know it's very well documented of all the times that that Putin has broken the ceasefire. I'm gonna see if I can actually find anything on the Ukraine side breaking that ceasefire. But let's keep passing around the panel. I will be back.
Sure.
Shay, I want to come to you. Shay, what do you think? I mean, because listen, I know I am someone of a certain age, and I kind of grew up thinking that you know, the United States was a country that everyone always looked up to and looked to with reverence. But now it seems like we're a country that is out on the island, and the only, you know, friend we seem to have is Russia, while the rest of the world is worried about us. What do you think about that?
I think the same thing. I mean, you're alienating your allies. You're threatening Mexico. You're threatening Canada. Now they're your allies. Why are you putting tariffs on them and not people who we are known to have disagreements with? And I wanted to correct him. The Arab Palestinians, they're not Arab people, they're Palestinians. What am I saying?
I wasn't talking about Palestine. I wasn't talking about Gaza. I was talking about Arab.
Hold on, Mike. One at a time. We have to stay on mute while the other person is talking. I apologize. Go ahead, Shay.
Because basically, it's Palestine over there in Israel. They're fighting the Palestinians. Palestinians happen to be Arab, Christian, and any other religion. They're not just Arab people over there. They're Palestinians. So, also, I don't understand why he thinks Putin is going to be his friend. The only thing he's going to do is finesse Donald Trump out of that country and out of the agreement, because Trump is only a narcissist. And if you give him compliments and tell him he's the greatest at anything, he's going to give you anything you want. The man is basically, he has dementia. I'm not a doctor.
You're not a doctor.
He's deteriorating. His mind has deteriorated because some of the stuff he was saying didn't make any sense.
Okay. Yeah, I think that overall, I do think that so the reason why I had to jump in there and say that I didn't like it when certain people would call out Joe Biden and say, oh, Joe Biden, Joe Biden was he had dementia or anything. No, like we don't have their medical records. We don't know for sure. The only thing that we can say is that they are both older, and you can obviously tell they are not what they used to be in certain situations. With that being said, yeah, I want to say that I agree. Like, I think it is concerning overall that we are in the position that we are in, headed up by someone who I don't know if there's ulterior motives or it's someone being taken advantage of, but there's definitely something there. Let's do this. Yeah, how are you?
Hi.
Yeah, hi, yeah. So I would love to hear your thoughts as far as where we are as the country on a world stage, especially where we now have allies who are a bit concerned about the United States of America.
I don't think there's so much concern for us. I think we're handling our own. We're showing other countries that we're strong and that we can be on our own. And they're actually countries like, or places like Birmingham over there in Europe, London, they're all being invaded by Muslims. And I think that we're kind of like, they see us as hope. They want to stop the invasion. They want to be like us. So in a way, we're kind of like a little hope that, they can save their sovereignty. Yeah.
What? Okay, so
Well,
you're wait. I heard you. I heard what you said. That was wild. That was wild.
yeah,
Okay,
man. There's Muslims invading
and
Europe,
they're not invading.
Birmingham,
They're
London. They
they're
are.
absolutely. Hold
People
on, hold
there,
on.
the people
Okay,
there.
we're not gonna get weird. We're not gonna get weird. We're not gonna do that. That is wild. What is happening? Hmm. That is. Holy smokes! You got to give me a second. You got to give me a second. You absolutely have to give me a second. I'm gonna come back to you, but you gotta give me a second. Let's level set, guys, because we are off. Like,
How
I
is
just
that? How are you saying this as a bad thing? They're
yeah,
literally
just stay on mute for me, just for a moment, please. Just for a moment. We're just level setting. Just level setting. Let's do this, guys. W's in the chat for Gene. Gene sent $1 towards the nightly donation, saying when Mike says that there's going to be good coming for everyone, does he include the veterans that are being effed over by VA cuts? Yes, that was absolutely insane. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Haley. Haley sent $1 donation saying Mike is absolutely plausible. I mean that with all of my heart. Putin is a murderous dictator who has unalived his opponents. Yeah, we do know that as well. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Corey. Corey sent a $4 donation saying for a slice of pizza. Oh, you meant to put a heart, but the pizza. Listen, I'll take the pizza over the heart. I will take the pizza over the heart. I will absolutely take the pizza over the heart. Anyone that knows me knows how much that I absolutely love pizza. Guys, that means that we are now only $242 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. So let's kind of go back here. Okay, yeah, I want to come back to you for a second. Let's see if we can kind of wrap this around. So yeah, you feel like that other countries who are, I guess, somewhat trying to protect their sovereignty. Hey, Dak, thank you for the galaxy. You feel like other countries that are somewhat trying to protect their sovereignty is looking at the United States as a place where they can actually say, hey, they're strong on their country, they're strong on their borders, they care about their country over others, and this is the direction that we can go in.
Let's not say that we don't care about others. We do care about others. We just have to take care of our own first.
Okay. Can you give me an
And
example
that's what they want to assimilate. That's what they want to they see as hope, like I said earlier.
Okay.
Like, we're doing the damn thing over here. We closing the borders. We're getting our people right first, and then we can worry about others.
When do we?
Until then, we
okay,
can't.
hold on. So let me ask you this, Can you give us an example, a specific example of how this Republican administration is taking care of the United States citizens?
Seriously?
Yes, please.
Seriously?
Yes, please.
The border first.
What do you mean?
We are handling the immigration situation first.
How?
Excuse my cat. She's being yeah.
No, it's fine. Can you give me specifics? Because you said handling the border. We do know that there has been no actual legislation passed to quote unquote handle the border. So I guess one, am I wrong?
I'm sorry. Somebody in the comments said someone save the cat.
Oh, okay. We know that there hasn't been any actual legislation passed to address the border. So I guess, being specific, what has this administration done, and why does that actually benefit the United States citizens with anything that they're doing with the border?
Well, For starters, I can give you a good example.
Okay.
New York City, for instance. New York City is a disaster. Um,
Are you
yeah,
okay?
Mayor. Yeah, I'm good. I dropped my iPad.
Okay.
Mayor Eric Adams or whatever his name is, he needs to get fired. All these Democrats, Gavin Newsom needs to get fired. AOC needs to get fired. Jasmine Crockett or whatever her name, she needs to get fired.
Why
All
though?
these idiots, you
Wait,
guys,
hold on.
you
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah,
I
hold on
feel
one
like
second.
if
Hold
you
on one
want
second,
to
my friend.
start,
Hold on, just 1 second. Breathe. It's okay. I'm gonna let you speak. I just need specifics. I don't want you to be general. Be specific because we actually want to talk this through. You're gonna have the floor. You literally have the floor right now. Just take a whole step back and just give us specifics. So I'm gonna invite you to come off mute and the floor is yours.
specific as in why we don't need migrants here.
No, just
Is
specifics
that what?
about anything that you're saying.
For example, not too long ago, what bill just passed that Democrats put it all against? Oh, about no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and I forgot what else. Democrats voted all against it. Why?
That's not true, my friend.
Okay. So everything, okay, so I guess that's not true. All right.
Well, no, I mean
Another,
the reason why I say that's not true though is because we can actually verify the actual things that are placed in bills and what was voted against. If you're referring to the actual budget that barely passed, there was no actual no mention of any no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. None of that was actually in that bill. That was actually just a fake meme that went around the internet, and again, it's easily disprovable.
okay. Nobody has disproved it yet. I haven't seen
Have you read the bill that
it all
is?
over
Have you looked at the proposed budget? It's actually online.
the last time I saw it was a couple days ago when it came out. I haven't went back and did any research again.
Yeah, well, I'll just so I want to keep passing around the panel, but if you have a moment, take a look at it. It is the actual. It's at Congress.gov. The bill is H818-823. It's a complete breakdown.
It just seems like I personally, not to cut you off, but I personally just feel like I feel like a lot of you guys have selective outrage when it comes to things. Like, it's okay when y'all do it, but when we do it, it's a lot 10 worse than what it should be.
Okay, I'm
Like
a
for
little
example, with
confused,
the
my
whole Zelensky thing,
Okay.
and like for example, with the whole Zelensky thing and him coming here and him and Trump and JD Vance having that discussion or whatever, I think you guys blew it out of proportion. Like it was just way too much. Like y'all just did a little too much.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into it. Give me a second here. I will come right back to you guys. W's in the chat for Haley. Haley sent a $1 donation saying, "I know I said Mike was repulsive, but yeah, somehow topped him straight up Islamophobic." Yeah, that was weird. W's in the chat for Alexis. Alexis sent a $5 donation for ibuprofen. Alexis, I feel like you are you're clairvoyant. I feel like I'm gonna need that tonight. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel like that, but I feel like I might need that. I feel like I might need some ibuprofen.
Can I say something real quick?
Just
No.
real second. Give me
No.
a second. 1 second.
No.
Guys, guys, that means that we only now have $238 left in our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything's accepted. Anything's appreciated. You can also donate through Super Chats over on YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you want to donate through a Super Chat, and you can put a message, and I will read that message out as well from YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you're watching the stream, like the stream, it is wild. Okay, so...
I'm trying to be cool. Santana.
Okay, thank you. Uh, Peyton, do you feel like the Democratic Party? Hey, thank you for the subscription. Peyton, do you feel like the Democratic Party has selective outrage, and I guess more so specifically talking about how Donald Trump handled Zelensky in the White House? What are your thoughts around that?
I think we didn't handle that enough. I don't think we handled that well enough. I think we could have been much harsher about that. Yeah, I don't think
Are you referring to the Democratic Party, or are you talking about Trump?
the Democratic Party.
Okay, why do you say that?
I don't know. I feel like it should have been spoken out against much more of like our president going after and bullying one of our like allies and siding with Russia out of everybody.
Yeah, no, I think
like that's something that no other president has done in history, ever.
When will it end?
Yeah, there's definitely there's an entire I tell you what, if Ronald Reagan could see the Republican Party today, I know Ronald Reagan is looking up at the Republican Party right now and just completely upset with what's happening.
You said look it up.
Hey. So let's keep passing it around. Dez, I want to come to you for a second. Dez, do you think that Democrats have selective outrage, and even more so, do you think that they are overblowing the treatment of Donald Trump? The treatment of Zelensky by Donald Trump?
I think that what happened in the Oval Office was despicable. I don't think that we're practicing diplomacy in the United States right now. From as far as Democrats overblowing what happened, I think there's a whole lot more to be done as far in the opposite direction. I think we should be standing on top of tables and raising our fists to the high heavens and advocating for some normalcy to come back. To be totally honest, it's a bad look. We're flipping on all our friends and embracing a bunch of countries that have never taken our side in anything. We're embracing enemies and screwing our friends over. It's weird, man. It's different.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's see. Hemlock, I want to come to you. What are your thoughts? Because again, it seems like a lot of people on the other side, as far as like people that support Donald Trump, and they're excited about this approach that we're taking. That's quote unquote America first. But also you have people like who feels like the Democrats have selective outrage. Do you feel like it's too much of an emphasis as far as how Donald Trump treated Zelensky? And do you think that we're alienating our partners?
I definitely think that we are not doing a good job at maintaining healthy relationships with countries that are supposed to be our allies at all. Zelensky, of course, is an example, but Trump is also doing this to like every other country that is meant to be on our side. We're basically just becoming a little hermit nation. It's starting to resemble North Korea, honestly. Like we're isolating so much from who our allies are because Trump, just anyone who does not give into his plans is just no friend of his. And that's not how you run a country, but I guess MAGA thinks so. I don't think that our outrage is selective particularly. I think there are some things, of course, that people are paying more attention to than others, but I think that in general, people are getting mad about the right things here because while we do need to focus on our own people, of course, we also need to maintain healthy relationships and not alienate the countries that we trade with, that we are allies with, and that we are just supposed to not be enemies with, you know?
Yeah, and I think there's a lot to say about that, especially when you talk about countries not necessarily knowing, like, hey, where do we stand? Is this really our partners or really our allies, or what is actually happening? So I definitely think there's a lot to be said about that.
I hear in the EU, I had a I hear that in some places in the EU, they have been like protesting against
No, I've seen that for sure. They are definitely not only protesting Donald Trump, but they're out in front of different embassies. They're doing a lot. They're absolutely doing a lot, which is a different stance from where we used to be. Welcome in, Parker Raid. Welcome in the people that came over from Parker's Live. Guys, as we get in, tap the screen, share the live out, do all the wonderful things to let the TikTok know that we are in the building. Let's go ahead and get the likes up, guys. Let's get the likes up to 125,000 likes. Let's also get the shares up to 150 shares. Also, guys, we still have $235 left in our nightly donation goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the education, information, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And also, if you're over on YouTube and you want to send a super chat to donate, you can do so as well. Mike, I want to come back to you for a second because I know you are more so excited about the actual, I guess you can call it America First approach. But with that being said, does it worry you that our allies, like our long-standing partners, no longer have trust or faith in us because of what Donald Trump is actually doing?
Well, the one thing I do worry about is NATO, because we have a lot of military bases all over the globe, and I think if we lost those, it would be horrible for the United States. Yeah, that's what I think about that.
Okay, all right. So you worry about NATO. So I guess, with that being said, does it not bother you then the pay-to-play type of deal that Donald Trump is actually putting out, where it is like, if you're not doing something for us, then we're not really interested in helping you, but at the same time you're really worried and want to preserve what we have in NATO?
Well, I think everybody should be on this. I think all the countries in NATO that are involved with NATO should be all on the same table, and nobody should be given more than another. Everybody should be doing their fair share. And I think that's what Trump is trying to say to these people. Like, we've been doing this for so long that you need to start helping in some sort of way. And, I grew up in the 80s, so you could do this the easy way, or we could do this the hard way. Pay what way you want. And I think that's what he kind of says. But, well, that's how I take it.
So
because I'm sure.
You think that so you're more so saying like bullying works, or you think that it'll at least get us where we want to go when it comes to this position by bullying our allies?
Bullying is a really harsh word.
But it's a factual word.
It is. It is. And, I think bullying sometimes does work. I mean, you can't be nice. You can't be nice all the time, because then you're considered a pushover. It's a dog-eat-dog world.
But isn't that what allies are for, though? Like the actual people that you make agreements with, the people that you trade with, the people that you actually say, hey, I have your back. If anything happens to you, I will be there for you. I mean, I can understand if this was Trump playing hardball with Russia, right? I could understand that. but him playing hardball with France or with the UK or even Canada and Mexico, right? Like that doesn't concern you when you talk about people that's supposed to be our closest allies and he's bullying them as well.
If me and you are friends, all right, and we always go to baseball games, football games, and stuff like that, and I tell you, well, if you pay the tickets because they're more expensive, and I'll get all the sodas and drinks that we want throughout the time, sooner or later you're going to be at such a great amount that you're going to say, well, wait a minute. You just paid 75% more than I did for something. How can we make this a little bit more even? And if I say no, well, then it's either we're not going to be friends anymore, or you might try to persuade me into seeing things the way you are. And that's just putting it on a smaller scale, because I'm not a politician. I'm not a lawyer. I ain't nothing like that. I understand, like everybody, I understand it the way it would be if I put myself in a situation similar to it.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair in the sense of saying that you understand and you are more so speaking from a perspective of like how a quote unquote friendship would be. Let's do this. Forever. What about you? I mean, do you think that Mike is on base or off base when it comes to being in a situation where, yeah, we have allies, yeah, we have friends, but they're just not doing enough for us, and so we should be forceful towards our allies?
Well, first and foremost, you gotta look into American foreign policy, right? A lot of these countries don't have independent foreign policy. They are coordinated or in cahoots with the United States foreign policy. For example, Canada, Mexico, and all of Europe got almost the same policy of the United States, because the United States is the leader of that group, right? A lot of people don't see the United States as an empire. It takes a lot of money to run an empire, And when it comes to Mexico, our app is, I know we do have a lot of issues in the border. Immigration is one of them. But again, it goes back to the Spanish conquistadors, right? The Americans fight them out of the continent, you know what I mean? And we are the remnants of that, right? So that make us part of the empire, you know what I mean? The United States don't allow Latin America to have a foreign policy, you know what I mean? That's why we cannot make deals with China, with Russia, or with anybody, you know what I mean? If it's not the United States first, you know what I mean? So a lot of people, I get it, they're frustrated with immigration, but they gotta understand one thing. For a lot of those people, when they come to the United States, it's like they never seen so much stuff, you know what I mean? In abundance, right? So when you are flooded with all that stuff, two things happen. You commit a crime because you think it's an opportunity for you to gain the system or whatever, or however you commit the crime, and a lot of people hit the wall because they don't know how good the police is here in the United States. They actually investigate crime. It's not like back home, you know what I mean, that they don't do their jobs, you know what I mean? So it's a big deal. So I think that we were a little more hopeful when it comes to these people coming across the border. I think that we will have a little less issue when it comes to the integration of these people. But when it comes to Russia, I would have this thing. I don't agree what Trump is doing. I think that Russia want to destroy the United States because we did destroy the Soviet Union back in the 90s, and they're not happy and will not stop until they're done,
Okay. Okay. All right. Hold that thought for just a moment. So I want to introduce the two new people on the panel, and Peyton, I'm going to swap you out, my friend, if you don't mind. Appreciate you coming up. Let's go with I'm sorry, something tours. How do I say your username? Lasada?
La Caseta?
La Caseta. La Caseta. Is that right?
My bad. No. I should mean my mic, my bad.
I'm going to send you an invite to come off mute.
La Casa de Cantor.
La Casa de. I'm just
Well,
gonna call you Tor.
the name is Yana.
Yana, how are you this
That's
evening, my
my
friend?
business name, La Casa de Contour.
Oh,
I
okay,
never
Yana.
thought it's gonna be so hard for people to pronounce.
Yeah.
I invented it.
Absolutely. Yana, are you excited about the direction that the country's heading?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
So, if I may say, I'm in Canada.
Hmm.
I grew up in Czechoslovakia.
Oh, wait. You said you're in Canada.
I live in Canada, so I don't know if I should be on the panel or not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. So I will let you I'll let you go ahead and speak for a moment because you have waited patiently. But we are just looking for people that are in the United States, and so we
I
definitely want to.
understand.
But
Yeah,
I
I
will
was
definitely give you
surprised
the
that I
floor.
got on the panel. I just want to say that I think that it's insanity what's happening. Canada, it's going crazy. We are the best allies of, USA. Trump is just talking, and all the MAGA people are just listening to his talk, and they're not looking into the facts. I've been living on the lives last month. I have never been into politics before, but this is just getting to the point that I don't understand the insanity of the people not seeing the facts, not understanding that the tariffs, what they're gonna pay, it's gonna come out of the American people pocket. It's not gonna hurt us in Canada. You guys are gonna suffer. All the vets, all the AB, all the immigrants, who's gonna be picking the vegetables and the fruits now? Nobody wants to do that. It's just putting the tariffs on your best allies when we send it through help for 9/11, when we send the water bomb, the planes for, help you with the LA fires and everything. Like, we've been the best allies. We're your neighbors. And then Trump is just making enemies out of everybody in the whole wide world. Like, there's very few people who support him. And then, I just see it as a crazy, crazy man. Even in the Oval Office with Zelensky, him questioning Vance questioning, why don't you, or whatever the other speaker, why don't you wear the suit? He's president in war. What was Elon Musk wearing in the Oval Office with his 4-year-old son picking his nose and telling President Trump to shush and whatever else?
Yeah.
He was not wearing a suit, but nobody speaks about it.
Yeah, no, and so one, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you, giving a perspective from outside of the U.S. I definitely appreciate that. But I think you're spot on, and thank you for joining us this evening. I think you're spot on in the sense of saying that, like, it goes back to my entire point where being in a position where we are basically attacking. I'm sorry, I gotta call it what it is. We're basically attacking our allies, and we're causing division where there's not a need. I understand of trying to leverage any type of control that you may have to get a better situation, but I do think that at this point, kind of going back to what I said, it's being somewhat of a bully. B, how are you?
Hey, sorry, man, I'm good.
All right. B, are you excited about the direction that the country is heading?
Can you hear me, first of all? Okay, yes, you can. All right. It wasn't coming up blue on my square. But, no, absolutely not.
Okay. All right. B, what do you think about the situation when it comes to our allies with what's happening currently in the Oval Office with Donald Trump and the treatment of not only President Zelensky, but the way that he's handling Canada and Mexico? What are your thoughts as far as our position in the world?
So what frightens me the most about all this is that his sudden fascination with former President McKinley. And if we go back to his type of politics, it was almost the same as what we're seeing now. He didn't want friends. He wanted countries to take advantage of. But the problem with trying to implement a policy like that today is we have organizations like the UN, where if we try and go, for example, exploit Panama for the canal again, they're going to have resolutions against us for that. So what it looks like is going to happen is we're just going to enter a period of isolationism. And if we look back to history again, every time that's happened, it's led us to some kind of disaster, like the Great Depression.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I was just telling someone earlier that the last time that the Republican Party had this much power and control, they did something very similar with, not only isolating us, but also with the tariffs and all of this stuff. all of this happened at the same time, and it caused the Great Depression. Perfect. Give me 1 second here, guys. So we are looking for, I know I have one spot left open on the panel, but I would like to actually get a little bit of balance on the panel. I don't want to be too much one-sided as far as the conversation. So if you are someone that's excited about the direction of the country, if you're excited about the direction of the country and you would like to actually come up on the panel and actually add to it, either go ahead and drop a me in the chat, or go ahead and request up, because we are looking to actually get a little bit more balance to the panel. Also, I was just told that we got 5 minutes, guys. I'm going to put a counter on the screen. We got 5 minutes to get to 175,000 likes. If we are not at 175,000 likes within the next 5 minutes, then we're going to sub only. So if you could tap the screen, let's go ahead and get the likes up. Also, guys, Debbie's in the chat for Corey. Corey sent a $3 donation saying, reading is fundamental. It seems, yeah, may need some help. I'll donate her some books for my 4-year-old. So I'll donate her some books for my 4-year-old. She tried her preschool books. We can start there. W's in the chat for Corey for that. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, love. Also, W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $1 donation saying, is every alliance/friendship contingent on a dollar amount? You know, that is the interesting part, where it seems like, this administration has seemingly said if you are unwilling to actually meet that dollar amount, W's in the chat for Corey. If you're unwilling to meet that dollar amount, then we can't necessarily do anything for you. But guys, with that being said, there's $234 left in the nightly donation goal, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24, best way to support the live. Everything is accepted, anything is appreciated. If you are not a Trump supporter, or if you're not someone that's excited about this Trump administration, and you are in the request, please drop out for me now. Just drop out for right now. I promise you, you can request back up, but I do want to actually get people on the panel that is excited about the direction of this country and where we are heading. If you are in the request and you are not someone that's excited about where we're heading as a country, please drop out for the moment, and I promise you I will get you in when we can rotate people out more, but I do want to actually balance the panel out. With that being said, I'm going to bring a couple of people in. Again, if someone that's excited about the direction of the country, make sure that you drop out, because we're going to have to drop you down if you don't. Erica, how are you? Erica?
That
sounds like Russian. Huh.
Sure did.
Huh. That definitely sounds like Russian. That is wild. Joe, how are you?
I'm good. How is everybody tonight?
Wonderful. Joe, are you someone that's excited about the direction that the country's heading in?
I'm excited. I want to see what happens. I'm definitely excited. I'm more optimistic than I was in the last 4 years. A few things I don't like, but that's here nor there. You know, it's no matter who we put in office, what politician, somebody's gonna like something or dislike something.
Okay, perfect.
But I think we're headed in a direction, but like I said, there are some things I really don't like. But
okay. Give me 1 second here. We'll get right back into it. Boom. How are you?
Peace and love.
Boom. Are you excited about the direction that the country's heading in?
Who's ever excited? I'm always excited.
Are you happy with what the Trump administration is doing? Boom.
Some of it, not all of it.
Okay. Overall, what would you say, 1 to 10?
Oh, I wouldn't rate it right now. I'm not. That's too deep.
Boom. Give me a number.
I can't rate it right. That's too deep.
All right, hold off for just a second. Guys, W's in the chat for Justin. Justin sent a $5 donation saying, work is always interrupting me trying to watch late nights. Listen, Justin, just find like a spot that you can just dip off into and just watch. It's been insane. But W's in the chat for Justin for that $5 donation, guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. We have 1 minute left to get to 75,000 likes. If we are not at 75,000 likes, and the once this clock hits a minute, we will go to sub only. So if you are not a subscriber, go ahead and grab a subscription, but also keep tapping the screen, share the live out. Phoenix, how are you? Phoenix?
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Phoenix, are you excited about the direction that the country's heading
in? No.
Okay. So let's do this. We have at least 1, 2, 3 people on the panel that is optimistic. We'll just say optimistic. We'll say optimistic. We have 3 people that are on the panel that are optimistic. We have 5 people on the panel that's not so much. So let's do this. I want to come back around to Joe for a second, and I think the Black Historian, you have your hand up. Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's my hand.
Okay, I'm sorry. You go first, and then I'm going to come back around to Joe. Guys, we are at 172,000 likes, 172,000 likes. So we are going to go to sub only for now. And I'll tell you what number we need to get to before we get it turned back on. So we're going to go to sub only for now. So if you are not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And you can continue to chat. Oh. So we need to get it up to 200,000 to get the chat back on. So there, tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to 200,000, or you can grab a sub. Go ahead, the Black Historian.
So to go to Mike, if we made a deal for me to buy the tickets and for you to buy the snacks or whatever, evidently I could afford to just buy the tickets and you could do the snacks because you're looking at the price when you're making the deal. Evidently, I could afford it, so I didn't complain. Now, if it came a time where I couldn't afford it, either we'll renegotiate the deal or we just leave it alone. We made a deal with Ukraine to help them because they gave up their
nuclear arsenal.
I was trying to think of something else besides that. Nuclear arsenal.
Yeah, it's okay. That's okay. Word.
Right. So we promised that we would help them. We didn't send boots on the ground. We're just giving them weapons. But if you didn't read that, then you don't know. And I see why you're not a politician, because you don't know how to negotiate.
Okay. Mike, would you like to respond?
Well, maybe it's just time that we renegotiate.
Yeah.
What do you mean you can't? It's been since 2014 this stuff has been going on.
Wait, hold on.
11 years.
Are you saying that it's time to renegotiate the Budapest Memorandum?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you were referring to, Mike?
Anything, all of it.
Okay, wait. Okay, so Black Historian, tell him again, what was the stipulation of the Budapest Memorandum?
Oh hell, I don't have it in front of me.
No, just high level, because there's something super specific. Or Hawk, you can go ahead and tell him.
Yeah, I got you. The stipulation was because at the time they had the third most largest nuclear stockpile. Mm-hmm. So the stipulation is they give up their nuclear stockpile and they would be protected by all of the members in the agreement. Which at the time, by the way, was also Russia.
Got it. So, Mike, is your thought process is that we should renegotiate that, so that would mean giving them some of their nuclear arsenal back. So are you advocating for giving Ukraine a nuclear arsenal?
Oh my God, if Ukraine had a nuclear arsenal right now, I think they would have used them by now.
But that's what you're advocating for. Like, you understand what you're saying, what you're saying, like we should renegotiate it. Like that's what that would actually entail. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the chat back on. We hit 200 to 3,000 likes. Welcome back, chat. But I mean, you do understand that's what you're saying, right?
And also, Santana, if I can add to that argument, if Ukraine still had their nuclear arms, would Russia have attacked them?
No.
No, probably not. So, maybe it is time to renegotiate everything.
Okay, so even if we go that route, let's take your hypothetical. I think it's wrong, but we'll take your hypothetical. In our government, who negotiates those things?
Our military.
No, they do not.
Just go ahead and tell them.
Congress. It's not up to the president to make those arrangements. That's Congress's job, right? This is part of the problem that we have in this country. People, when you were talking earlier, I kept putting nuance because your overall premise isn't necessarily wrong. I understand where you're coming from, but you guys are missing the nuance of how all of these relationships work with this allyship around the world, right? And for our own stuff, we don't fully understand how our government works, right? Congress makes the relationships. They grant the treaties. They're the reasons that we have these relationships with the other countries. The president's job, the executive's job, is to enforce those things and keep them in place as much as he can or she can, right? So if in fact it is time to renegotiate with any of our allies, that's Congress's job. Everybody wants to always blame stuff on the president. Again, the founding fathers divided our government on purpose for checks and balances. The president is not a king or a ruler or a monarch. He has his role to do, but so does Congress. And everybody always seems to forget about Congress. If you want to renegotiate the deal, then same thing with the Middle East, right? If we want to renegotiate those deals, then talk to your congressmen and senators and say it's time for us to renegotiate these deals, instead of just blaming the president.
Mike?
I wasn't trying to blame the president. I wasn't trying to blame any president.
I think he was saying in general, people tend to put the blame on the president versus actually understanding the the different levers within the government. But
Exactly.
I guess with that being said, I mean, it would be up to Congress to actually go through those negotiations. I mean, are you, again, you do understand the absolute. I'm wondering, are you more willing to have those negotiations because of Donald Trump? Or, like, what are your thought process around these negotiations?
No, Trump doesn't have anything to do with it, but I think everyone should be talking together instead of fighting. And our Congress, our Congress, and everybody in it, I mean, that needs to get revamped too. There's a lot of old people in there that are still thinking back in the old ways.
How old is Trump?
Oh, he's old. But what is he, 70, 70,
78?
74?
78, 79, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second. So I want to come to Joe. Joe, actually, I'm sorry, real quick. Guys, W's in the chat for Justin. Justin sent a $5 donation, Justin said, here comes boom. You already know it. W's in the chat for Justin for that $5 donation. Guys, that means we're now only $224 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. There's almost 760 people hanging out here. So if 224 people send $1, we can close out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you're over on YouTube and you want to actually support the live, you can send a super chat. And you can actually donate that way, guys. The YouTube chat is kind of live. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna read it out, but it is like the YouTube chat is kind of lit. W's in the chat for YouTube chat. Joe, I want to come to you.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to come to you. I want to ask, what are your thoughts on this? Because I mean, like, I hear what Mike is saying, but it seems like this administration is is posturing to the point where they are harmful to the rest of the world, and even willing to alienate our partners just for, I guess, some type of different positioning. Like, what are your thoughts around that?
Well, I mean, could you hear me okay?
Yes, we absolutely can.
I mean, he's correct a little bit, not totally, but it does tilt the scale. I mean, if you really read into it and look at everything, you gotta keep your guard up. You know what I mean? You gotta keep your guard up. A soft spot of mine is, like, I don't know if you have, like, I have mother and father that are elderly, and I don't want their, like, Social Security and Medicare played with.
Well,
and
he promised. Wait. You know that's exactly what's happening, right?
Yeah, and that's a little bit upsetting, because he promised coming up that he was not going to mess with Medicare, Medicaid, all that. And now he's looking to make, I don't like that flip-flop mentality.
Oh my God.
Okay, so Joe, help me understand.
Yeah, I'm a drop. It was nice being up here. I can't lose brain cells. I'm training for my new job. I just can't do it.
Okay, thank you, Shay.
I'll
I
see you
appreciate you
tomorrow
coming
night,
up.
though.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
That's
Joe,
not concerning to you?
Joe, I guess what's concerning to me though is so are you saying that you were more so W's in the chat for Corey who sent a 99 cent super chat over on YouTube and just put a poop emoji. W's in the chat for Corey for that super
This
chat
is
over
just
on
something
YouTube.
new that I heard last night. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, so we understand that the Republican Party. I'm going to ask you a question that I haven't asked people on the panel in a long time. What made you want to vote for Trump? Can you help me understand that?
Well, I thought he'd be more experienced and take us in a different direction. But I'm a little regretful. I gotta be honest. I'm a little regretful.
What direction did you think he was going to take us in? I mean, what made you hopeful that he was actually going to do anything?
Well, I mean, he's way different. Look at his first term when he was president till now.
Mm-hmm.
To me, he's way different.
Yeah, but the first term.
Wait, hold on. He's way different from his first term to this term, or way different? Okay, be specific. How?
I mean, he was not this aggressive. He did not. I mean, he did not seem like he. What did he hurt? And when he ran the first time, what damage did he really do?
Okay, hold on. Okay, wait. Hold on. Let's play a game. All right. So we're gonna go Hawk, and then we're gonna go to Hemlock, and then we're gonna go to Phoenix, and then we're gonna go to B. I want each of you to name one thing that Donald Trump did in his first term that was harmful. Just one. Only one. Trump, Hawk, yeah, exactly. And I'll give you this, Hawk. I'll give you a mulligan. Don't mention the $4 trillion in debt. Hawk.
Okay, I got you.
Go. First one.
First one would be he blew the pandemic.
That was that deep, man.
Hold on, Joe. You got to receive this information, my friend, because over 1 million Americans lost their lives because of the way that he actually handled the pandemic. Okay, cool. Phoenix.
No, they didn't. Don't put that out there like that. Don't do that.
Boom. Hold on, boom.
Don't do that.
Hold on, boom. Hold on. Listen, not everybody has access to CMOS, boom. Just hold off for a second. Phoenix. Name one thing that Donald Trump did that was harmful in his first administration.
I mean, I don't know if this counts because it was kind of at the end, but he incited a riot.
He did. He incited an insurrection that actually cost Ashley Babbitt her life. But there was an assault on a bunch of Capitol Police. It was a whole thing. Cool. All right.
He didn't do that. He didn't.
Boom. You got to chill for a second. Just wait, Boom. Hemlock, coming to you. Hemlock.
Hello? Am I?
Yes, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. He attacked the Affordable Care Act, which he's still trying to make healthcare worse for all Americans.
He was actively trying to overturn the ACA. Now, I'll put a caveat on that. He wasn't successful, but it wasn't for them. They tried over 60 times to get rid of the ACA, and they couldn't do it. Barack Obama led something that was too strong. Okay, hold on. B, name one thing that Trump did in his first term that was harmful.
His trade war with China was a disaster.
Ooh, the trade war was absolutely a disaster. A lot of legacy farmers lost their actual farms, which caused grocery prices to skyrocket because, hey, they had to sell those farms to the big farmers, and those big farmers actually raised the prices on the grocery stores, and the grocery stores raised the prices on us.
Biden.
Hold on one second, Joe. So, Joe, we just ran through, again, I just randomly called on people, and they just named all of these wild things. I'm going to throw my favorite one out. he deregulated the housing market, which caused this actual, well, I don't want to say cause, but it helped exacerbate this housing crisis that we're currently in right now, because he allowed corporations or companies to be able to come in and not only overprice or overpay for the price of houses, but also buy up a bunch of, thank you for the bowl, a bunch of houses at the same time. So there was that. So I guess, Joe, coming back to you for a second, did you know about any of these things?
Yes, I did. I did. But I'm not going to talk about COVID when he was on his way
C-19,
out.
my friend.
What about the positive things he did with all the respirators and the protective gear?
Okay, wait, hold on. So
there's another side to every story.
It is. You're absolutely right. So boom, let's do this. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. Joe, I'm gonna come to you, and then Mike, I'm gonna come to you, and then boom, I'm gonna come to you. Joe, I want you to tell me one really good thing that Donald Trump did in his first administration that made you want to vote for him for a second term. So go. Joe, first you.
At the end of his term, the first term, he did save a lot of lives.
He didn't.
How did he got all them respirators, all the protective masks?
So when
we were left in a mess.
So the reason
we were
why
left in a mess.
The reason why I push back on that is because there's two sides of the coin, like you were just saying. We look at the totality of what Donald Trump did within the C-19 pandemic. And you can talk about the one thing that I'm gonna go ahead and throw mine out now before you guys try to take it. I think that Project Warp Speed was actually a great thing, right? So that's the one thing I got. But yes, he did do Project Warp Speed, but with understanding that the pandemic, he understood how bad the pandemic was gonna be in October of 2019. He played it down for months, where the rest of the country didn't really find out about it until about February of 2020.
I
And
agree.
then at that point, he did things like he held super spreader events. He told people to ingest bleach. He said that we can hit it with light. He actually went against science and did multiple things. So I'm sorry, he did more harm when it came to C-19. He held up the actual stimulus checks. He held up stimulus checks so he can get his name put on it. So he did more harm overall when it comes to C-19 than he actually did help. And so I'm not saying that he didn't do anything good in an instance, because again, I think Project Warp Speed was good.
Right.
But,
he did harm by giving all that money because we're paying for it now.
Okay, so let's hold off there. Okay, Mike, I'm coming to you, and you can't say the same thing that Joe and I just kind of talked about. Mike, name one good thing that Donald Trump did in his first administration.
I honestly don't think he got a fair opportunity in his first term.
Tell me why.
He was always in court.
Why was he in court?
Because the charges that were put against him.
Why was he in court?
I just told you for the what was it, 96 felony counts.
So he was facing the repercussions of his action. Got it. So him actually
But Hillary never
raping
did.
him. Was Hillary president?
But it's not.
Hey Joe.
Never did.
Hey Joe. Was Hillary president? Oh, you guys don't have to do it. I got it. We're good. Joe, answer that question for me. Come back off mute. Joe, was Hillary president?
No, but let's say
Okay,
she
perfect.
got
Let's
in.
hold off for a second then. I just wanted to make sure that we know that Hillary wasn't president. So you're saying that Donald Trump, Mike, you're saying Donald Trump didn't get a fair shake to actually do anything good while he was president, because he was always in court because he was being held civilly liable for raping a woman.
So
okay, cool.
yeah,
Hold on
plus all the all the other stuff.
Yeah, cool. Hold on one second. Boom. Name one thing that Donald Trump did in his first term.
Oh, what I voted for him for? How he handled the pandemic?
Again, boom. We've already talked about C-19. You can't name that one. It has to be something else.
Well, that's my whole reason for voting for him.
So that was it. So you can't think of anything else good that Donald Trump did his first term Besides how you feel like he handled the pandemic?
Oh, the other good thing he did when he came in and he removed the whole military and set it the own military. That's the good thing I like. Because when you come in, he got his own military. He replaced the military.
He upgraded the whole military.
He replaced the military. No, what? How? Wait, he upgraded what? Hold on, Hawk.
During his first term, you're saying he upgraded the military? How did he do that?
He revamped it from the ground up.
Hawk, Hawk, did he rebuild the military his first term?
No.
I didn't think so.
Not at all.
I am so confused. Okay.
Yes, he did.
Okay, Boom. All right, be specific here, Boom. Hold on, be specific. Tell me what he did specifically, Boom.
He did a few things, man.
Boom. Boom.
Well, the main thing.
Boom. Wait. No, Boom. I need you to stay right here for me.
I'm gonna name the main thing.
No. Be specific. What did he do to upgrade the military?
I just told you.
No, you didn't.
All his protection was changed.
His what?
The protection that the president got, he changed all that. I forgot what they call them, the servicemen. He changed all that and appointed his own servicemen and got a whole new what's the name?
If you're talking about the Secret Service, the Secret Service that has absolutely nothing to do with the United States military, sir.
Hold on, Boom.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop you fucking lying.
Come on, Boom. All right, hold on. Just give me a second.
I know. That was funny.
Give me an absolute second. Hey, Kay.
Hello.
I'm confused, Kay.
I am too. I'd like to do a quick mod announcement and ask if we could get up to 300,000 likes and over to, sorry, my old eyes are not helping me, to 300 shares. And keep tapping and liking. I would really appreciate all that. And then I wanted to ask Mike a question if I could.
Go ahead, Kay.
So Mike, you said that he didn't get a fair shake his first term. Was that correct?
Because he was always in jail because he greatly won the Kay. I'm sorry.
He didn't get a fair shot at his first term
because he was always in court because of all his crimes, because he did so many crimes.
Because of all the court cases, because of the C-19.
C-19.
Yep, C-19.
But also because of all the crimes, right, Mike?
Yeah,
it is what you said.
I said that.
So, okay, you said that. So I just wanted to correct a couple things. The time he spent in court during his first term was while he was only giving depositions. He did all of that when he was not president after his first term, because while he was president, those charges couldn't be brought because he was president, which is why he fought so hard for re-election when he did. And when he lost, that's when the cases came, and that's when he spent time in court. So the fair shake about all of the, criminal charges that were brought against him was while he was not president. So let's just clarify that.
But I mean, there was quite a few things that hindered his
hold on, Mike.
presidency.
I got your back, Mike. Mike. Well, he might not have been in court, but he was committing crimes. So there's still that. It's still hard to get a fair shake while you're committing crimes, Kay. So let's not forget about the crimes he committed.
Well, Santana, I will push back on that.
He ain't committing no crime, man.
Because the crimes that he committed was kind of a side gig. He was busy golfing. He was golfing the majority.
Well, that was
of
my
the
other
time.
point, and of course, Hawk's going to take my other point, and that is the over 200 and I think 90 days that he spent golfing.
Something like that.
So, Mike, the fair shake is an absolute ludicrous excuse for you not answering the question, which was name one thing that he did that was good. And you couldn't come up with one thing because he couldn't give a fair shake.
One thing that he did good was try to get rid of the Affordable Care Act.
Wait, that
that
fell under
good?
the bad category, Mike. And then even with
Well, for some people it did. I thought it was good to get rid of that.
I hear you, but he failed at that. So how can you say it was good if he even failed at the bad thing that he was trying to do?
Listen,
But wait,
if you
how can
try
you say
to do
it's
something,
good? Because if he got rid of the Affordable Care Act, about 20 million Americans would lose their insurance. How is that good?
oh, they would lose their insurance because they would have to start paying for it and get a job and stuff like that.
Do you think
That's
that
not
only
how
wait,
Is that
wait,
why
wait.
it's wrong?
Hold on. Do you think only people without jobs are on the Affordable Care Act?
Thank you.
No,
do
because
you know how
because
many
it affects
veterans?
people on
Do you know how many veterans
that
are
do
on
work.
the ACA, Mike?
No, the Affordable Care Act altogether is horrible.
How, Mike?
Because the high deductible premiums, who can afford to pay up to $4,000 out of their own pocket in order for their insurance to start?
What?
Mike, I have a question for you. First of all, most of the plans on the ACA do not have a prepaid, like first
high deductible
payment of $4,000 to pay.
No,
that is not how the ACA works.
That is not.
I'm someone that takes insurance from people, and that's not how it works. Second of all, most small businesses can't afford to offer insurance, so they go and have their people go through ACA because they can't afford to do it. So you coming up here and saying that people who are unemployed are on ACA is also erroneous. I mean, since the moment you got up here, you didn't know how basic civics worked, who was able to do what in what branch of government. I don't think you're really equipped to have this conversation. Nothing that you have said has had any substance or validity.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hold on.
Hey, is it okay if I just...
I mean, that's your opinion.
Hold on. I mean, well, it's actually kind of been factual, but
all right, no problem.
Hold on, just for a second. Let's do this because I want to take a whole step back because a lot of people got a lot to say and I don't want to lose this moment, but let's just run through these real quick. Guys, a lot of W's real quick. W's in the chat for Ryan. Ryan sent a $5 donation, said, do you ever do panels outside of the U.S.? Much love from Canada. Absolutely. Sometimes I let international people come up. Thank you so much for that $5 donation. Massive W's in the chat for Vicky. Vicky sent a $20 donation saying, not sure if I can take Boom tonight. Boom has been at least not the wildest thing that we've had on this panel yet. So, like, he's here. W's in the chat for Alexis, who sent another $2 donation for ice packs and ibuprofen. Thank you so much for that $2 donation. You are absolutely amazing. Guys, W's in the chat for Jesse, who sent a $5 donation saying, damn it, Boom is here. Does he enjoy adding very little to nothing on these lives? Like, bro, you're a failed holistic dietitian. We don't need the sea moss. W's in the chat for Jesse for the donation. W's in the chat for Jesse, and then W's in the chat for the other Jesse for the $1 donation saying universal health care. Am I right, Mike? Listen, that's all I could think as well while Mike was saying that, yeah, if we're going to get rid of the ACA, then let's get rid of the ACA and give universal health care. All right, guys, that means we only have $189 left in our nightly donation goal. We got 760 people hanging out. We can definitely take care of that. If 189 people send $1, we can close out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Best way to support the live. YouTube, I know you're going crazy. If you're over on YouTube and you want me to read out a comment, you can put a super chat over on YouTube and I will read out your comment for the super chat. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 325,000 likes. Let's try it one more time. Kay, I want to come back to you for a second because I know you came up here for a mod, but I'm going to lean on you while you're up here because this is getting interesting. Kay, why do you think that we went around the panel and there were multiple people that was able to list off harmful things that Donald Trump did in his first administration, and no one had to steal the next harmful thing from each other? But when we went to the people that voted for Trump and who's excited about him being back in office and excited about the direction of the country, they didn't have anything that was actually overall beneficial
Yes, we did, because people lived off what I was talking about. People survived off my part. So that's beneficial to see a lot of people living
Hey,
and
boom.
surviving
Hey, boom.
and thriving
Hey, boom.
over what I'm talking about.
Hey, boom. Hey, boom. Is your name Kay? Kay?
So need a second so that I just don't kind of lose my mind for a moment. Okay. So, what I'd like to go back is the thing that they always want to talk about that he did well, which for people who worked through C-19 and were on the front lines and worked with patients, is that we were so behind from losing the playbook, from not having equipment, from not having PPE that went to other places. We witnessed up front unalivement, and I'm going to use a phrase that I usually try never to say because I hear it out of his mouth all the time, like we've never seen before. And during that, we had people like Boom who were utilizing things that were so harmful that only let more people perish. And they praise him for things. And I do not even praise him for warp speed because it only brought us back to a bare minimum of equal. And it did not allow for us to start as quickly as many other countries did. And people bring up the populations of those countries being smaller, so it was easier for them to contain, or they say that like New Zealand is very shut off, so it was very easy for them to, handle their things. But we could have had such a better handle on things. He could have been a hero. He could have done so much more, but he did not. He says that he didn't want to cause a panic, but he did just that because by the time it was already here and working its way and we were seeing these cases, we were already putting people in bans. So I'm tired of hearing how well he handled that situation. There is nothing good that has ever come from that man. Things that were signed by him came from other presidents that he got to put his name on. And we sit here today and we have this conversation of how well we're doing moving forward. And we have people like Joe, regretting his vote and then running away because he doesn't want to have the conversation.
Oh no, Kay, he said he had something important to tend to, but he's still watching. I can see him. Anyway, go ahead, Kay. I'm sorry.
Quick question, Santana.
Hold on, Boom. Go ahead, Kay.
So we have people who are starting to regret their votes, but all of this information was there. All of this information is in the supercomputer that you hold in your hand or that you log onto this internet to sit here and cape for a man who has done nothing for the average American. So it is hard for me to have these discussions with supporters or people who really, voted for this person who thought that they were going to get something, and now they're seeing and they're worried about the 880. And I just, I'm begging and imploring people to start researching. I would be embarrassed to come up on a panel and not know how basic civics work or who controls negotiations with our other foreign leaders. I would be embarrassed to be on a panel and not know what happened in that Oval Office was despicable. And for someone to come up here and say, hey, sometimes you got to bully someone, I sure hope you don't have kids that you allow then to go bully people because they might need to, set the record straight because, it's a dog-eat-dog world, like you just said, Mike. That's no way diplomacy works. That's no way how foreign affairs works. And you sit in your palace of bliss and hope one day they're going to choose you. And they're not. I know I don't participate very often, but I appreciate the time. I know you come up for mods. Thank you for getting us to 300K. If we could hit the shares a little bit, I would really appreciate it. We got
290.
Yeah, 100 and I'm sorry, it's late where I am and I am mathed out. Okay, so we have 100 and
oh, you mean we have 189.
189. 189 left in the daily goal.
Actually, 188 now.
Oh, 188. My apologies. Thank you so much for your donations. Boom, do you have something that you want to ask me specifically before I drop?
I think Boom does.
Yeah, it's a question I'm leading into something, but I'm not just Bloomberg. I'm part of a whole nation. Number one, so it ain't just
a movement apparently, Kay.
So you got the Nation of Islam, you got Rizal Islam. I'm part of all this stuff that's going on. The fruits of Islam. So when you say that, when I did what I was doing, remember she said that it didn't work. She spoke of my name. So why did you now? The question is, did you hear about a lot of people from the Nation of Islam passing away? Cause we ain't wearing no mask, no test, and no vaccine. Now, since you said you read information, you read and all that kind of stuff, So did you hear about a lot of people from the Nation of Islam passing away during the pandemic? Was there a lot of that on the news? Or do you see a lot of people that's eating pork and all that kind of stuff going down the drain? Since you saying that what we doing with our holistic stuff wasn't working, why are we all still alive then? Why all my friends that's still alive that listen to me, we all still alive from the whole pandemic? And why all my other family members that went against what we was doing, they got complications, some not even here no more, that took the vaccine. So what are you talking about? So what are you talking? It don't make no sense. And a lot of others, children know that LeBron James' son that took that, they got complications at a young age, heart attacks on the basketball court. They ain't supposed to be having that. So what are you talking about? What I'm doing?
Gotta call that out. Gotta call
don't
that
say
out.
what I'm doing. You don't make no sense.
Hold on, Boom. We gotta call that one out in real time. No. The vaccination did not cause Bronny to have a heart attack. No, it's unrelated to heart complications. Gotta call that out.
I ain't saying it caused that. I said look what happened after that.
Boom.
1 + 1 is 2, man.
Boom. Listen to me.
Not in this situation, Boom.
We are not going to lend into your conspiracy theories or any of your holistic bullshit. It's not happening.
Hold on, Boom. You gotta breathe, Boom.
You got a lazy brain talking about conspiracy theory.
Boom, hold on, Boom. You're gonna give yourself a stroke. Boom, slow down. Just hold on, Boom.
One time, Boom, that I've agreed with you on this panel. If you want to talk about trees again, we can talk about trees. But that's the only time you and I have ever agreed on anything. So unless we're talking about trees, we're not doing it again.
Well, on topic is, the facts is, did you hear about anybody from the nation? Did you hear?
Okay, so first, real quick, those aren't facts, Boom. Unless you can provide data,
like I said, did you hear about a bunch of people from the nation that passed away?
Hold on,
you ain't see that.
Hold on just a second, Boom.
How would we have seen that? Because there's no data.
Exactly. Unless you can provide specific data. That's why I'm not feeding
into it, because there is no data.
We're here. The whole nation, we're here.
Okay, great. You're here.
Yeah, the Nation of Islam is here. You see Farrakhan complaining? Do you see Rizal Islam complaining? What are you talking about? The evidence is right here. You're running from knowledge. You're trying to use that education and data shit. It's not going to work. The education is bullshit. Intelligence and knowledge.
Hold on, Boom.
Wait a second. I'm sorry.
Wait, what?
My education.
Wait, what?
Me treating patients.
Intelligence and knowledge rules.
Hold on. Boom, just stay on mute for just a half a second. Boom,
knowledge rules.
Boom, you got to bring it back for a second. Stay on mute for just a minute. Take a breather.
You know what?
No. Oh my God, this is unhinged.
Not wasting energy on Boom. If this was somebody that was here genuinely wanting to have a conversation, I would talk about my education and working the pandemic. I'm not doing it with him. It's not worth it.
Yeah. I would like to also call out the fact that like I cannot speak to specifically the Nation of Islam, but yes, there are multiple people.
And the fruits of Islam. And the fruits of
I can't speak to fruits or nations. Nations or fruits, I can't
and
speak
the God of
to
the
a fruit
earth
of
also.
nations. I can't speak to a fruit of nation of herbs. None of them. None of it, Boom. But
And the
what
God
I
of the
can,
earth.
but what I can speak to, Boom, is there is actual factual proof that Muslims did pass away due to C-19. I mean, I heard you talk about people that weren't eating pork and all this other stuff. I mean, we do understand that people that practice practicing Muslims.
I don't think you understand what I said. Muslims are allowed to eat lamb. That's the worst meat. That's worse than pork. So if they're allowed to eat lamb, I ain't say nothing about no Muslims. They're allowed. I'm not.
This conversation is not going anywhere.
That's why I said you don't know. They eat lamb, bro. Muslims can eat lamb. I don't eat that.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Chat, what is happening right now?
I think what would be a wonderful idea is that these people have been tapping and sharing as asked, donating, and I think if you just kind of watch the scroll for a little bit, you might want to give the people what they want. But it's not my call. It's not my call. I'm not going to do it tonight. But just watch that scroll and then maybe give the people what they want. And check out the wonderful 9 people who are waiting to take my spot, which they can have right now.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead and level set for us.
I'm sorry. What is that?
The floor is yours.
Oh, I just wanted to point out that that was like a huge anecdotal fallacy to say, oh, well, this person in my life
It is
doing this and we didn't get it, and the people who got the vaccines did this. We all acknowledge that people can unalive from, can I say AIDS, or
Yeah,
is that
I mean, you could definitely say AIDS,
yeah,
right?
people can be unalived from AIDS, right? The the C-19 mortality rate is higher than the AIDS mortality rate. But nobody is over here arguing saying, oh, you need to stop listening to the education about AIDS. You need to not protect yourself from AIDS or things like that. It's just the MAGA cultist, like whatever Trump tells us, that's what we believe type of thing. And it's very anti-intellectualist and saddening to hear, honestly.
Yeah.
It's mostly intellectual because it's dealing.
Yeah. So boom.
Education is not intellectual.
Boom. Stop over
What
talking
we're gonna
people.
do? What we're gonna do? What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get boom up out the paint. Who? Okay.
If I may add to whatever was going on with Boom, I was gonna say, I mean, I myself don't have the vaccine and I'm alive, but like, it's not about that. Like, I don't have the vaccine, but I still believe the vaccine works. So I don't really understand where he gets this from, just because people don't have the vaccine and lived or something. I don't. Besides what Hemlock is saying was, you know, like from Trump personally, but like, I don't get it.
Well, and I'm sorry, Santana. I hope. Well, you already said what your situation is, whatever. What people aren't getting is the rest of us, whether or not we were in a situation where we might have gotten it or not, us taking the vaccine lowers the opportunity for it to be spread even further. And there are people that are immunocompromised that can catch things, and they can't take the vaccine because of whatever illness that they have. So we're not just taking the vaccine to save ourselves, we're taking the vaccine to save everybody in the community. That's the whole point.
Yeah. Let's do this. Let's get like back on track, because I promise you, like, this just went. Man, who? Okay. So a couple of things. W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $1 donation, and this was way back. We've already forgotten about K's rant because Boom took us on a wild ride. W's in the chat for Jesse, who sent a $1 donation, saying, OMG, thank you, K. That was epic. It absolutely was. W's in the chat for the other Jesse. So the first Jesse has a Y, the second Jesse has an E. The other Jesse sent a $5 donation saying, "Damn it, Boom. At this point, you're a running joke on these lives. We all lose brain cells when we listen to you spew nonsense, bro." I am dumbfounded. Dumbfounded. W's in the chat for Vicky, who sent a $2 donation saying, "Can we please drop Boom?" W's in the chat for Alexis, who said, "Please drop Boom." W's in the chat for Kim, who sent a $50 donation saying, "Kick Boom on this nice night. He's got to learn." And then I saw everybody in the chat, guys. It was just absolutely it was crazy. W's in the chat for everyone who sent over donations. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoyed the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. We only have $138 to close out our nightly donation goal. I know we can definitely do it. If 138 people send $1, we can close it out. Also, over on YouTube, if you would like to support, you can always donate through Super Chats, and I will read your message out if you donate over on Super Chat. Okay, let's do this because we got a box full of people waiting, and we got other people on the box. So what I'm going to do, Hemlock, I'm going to drop you down for now, my friend, just because you've been hanging out for us with a while. I want to introduce. Thank you so much for coming up. Absolutely. I want to introduce the new people on the panel. I want to level set as far as where we are and see, real quick, is it Jordy? How do I say your name, my friend? Jordy? Jorda?
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's Jador.
Jador.
Yes.
Jador, are you excited about the direction that this country is heading in?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Hold tight for me just a second. All right, guys. So we have quite a few people on the panel. We have quite a few people in the box. I know people want to get up. I am looking for people that are excited about the direction that the country is heading in. We have enough quote unquote friendlies on the panel, but I want to make sure that we have more people that are willing to actually, or that's excited about the direction that the country is heading in. So if you are in the request and you are excited about the direction that the country is heading in, then just drop a me in the chat and I will pull you in. Or if you're in the chat and you want to come in and speak from a position of excitement, a position of being happy with the Trump administration, please let me know. I will bring you in. We do have Mike up here, but I would love to leave these last 2 spots open for anyone that is actually excited about the direction that the country is heading in. I want to make sure that we don't have too many people. We lost 2 people that were excited. Joe said that he had something going on. Boom, crashed out. So now we only have Mike. And again, I want to be able to have these conversations. With that being said, Mike, I want to come back to you for just a half a second while we wait to see if there's anybody else that wants to join. Mike, I guess, what do you think? Like, this conversation kind of took a left turn. Kay made a lot of really great points. Where are you at now with receiving that information? Because she did kind of speak on a couple of things that it feels like you should have been knowledgeable about before voting for Trump again.
It didn't bother me what she said. I don't care what she says.
But what about the actual information, though?
I did what you. All right, I'll answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
I voted for Trump because I didn't think Kamala was qualified.
Kamala, my friend.
Kamala.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think Kamala was qualified. If I were to vote Democrat, it probably would have been for Hillary Clinton, or...
Did you vote for Clinton in 2016?
No, I didn't vote. No, because I'm not a Democrat. But I'm not a Democrat. I'm a Republican. But I think there was people that were more qualified than Miss Harris.
No one was more qualified than she was. She worked in all the branches of government.
Go ahead.
Nobody was more qualified than her.
Yeah,
so the question would be, what were you looking for in terms of qualifications?
Because by every
that's
measure,
almost like putting my foot in my own mouth, because Trump wasn't any kind of politician, never held office, never did anything like that.
well, hold on, that's not true because this is his second run, so he had already been
No,
president.
I'm talking about the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about every time.
So and again,
yeah.
those of us on the other side, and I've been told, I don't know how many times that I give too much grace or whatever, but I think a lot of people would understand the first time people were hoping for the best and we didn't know what to gauge that against, right? So the first time voting for him at least makes a little bit of sense, even though he still wasn't a businessman, still didn't know what he was doing and all the other stuff, but he didn't have a record that you could hold against him. So at least that makes a little bit of sense. This time, we knew where he was going. Not only do we have his past presidency to look at where he's going to try and do and everything else, but we had his own Agenda 47 and Project 2025. So we knew where this was going to go. So my question still stands. What were you looking for in terms of, being qualified or not? When the opposition had been a freaking district attorney, the attorney general of the largest state in the country, a senator for that same state or whatever, which puts her adjacent to the judicial branch. It's not really the judicial branch.
It's not.
So it's not fair to say that she was in all three branches of the government, but she was definitely adjacent to the judicial branch, right? So she had nearly 30 years of experience in those three major areas and did extremely well in each of those extreme areas. And by every metric is one of the most qualified presidents we've had in recent history. So again, my question would be, what were you looking for in terms of qualifications?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Got it.
And can I add something?
Hold on.
Okay.
So we've kind of covered this multiple times as far as like where we are with understanding civics, understanding what happened with C-19, understanding a couple of different things. Yeah. So wait, one more question. I promise you that I'm gonna pass it around the panel. One more question, Mike. Just where we are today, right? Because we can talk about how you didn't necessarily know what you were looking for, right? But today, right, knowing that the stock market has had its second biggest 2-day drop, and the last time it had a drop this big was in 2017 under Donald Trump, so he's done it twice. Knowing that literally they're proposing a budget that's going to overwhelmingly give tax cuts to billionaires and corporations while adding $4 trillion in debt again. W's in the chat for whoever just sent out the subs. Knowing that the rest of the world is now posturing against us and saying that they don't know if they can count on the United States for actually being allies anymore, knowing that he's pulling out of multiple initiatives that would better benefit the world and pulling us out of like the World Health Organization while bird flu is happening, we got measles, like all of these things. Do you still think that Donald Trump was the best person for this job today, knowing what you know now and seeing the things that's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, tell me why.
Because if Harris was to get into office, we'd probably be in bigger trouble.
You think so? Oh, you know what? I get you. Wait, hold on.
Honestly, I think any woman right now that took office would have been in.
Wait. Hold on.
Right,
it's because wait, Mike, I get it. Mike, I get it. It's because women are emotional, right? Mike, we know, right? Women can't control themselves because they're emotional, right? Because
not all women are. No.
Yeah, but we know if we had a woman president, they would probably do something like sit in the White House and yell at another world leader and actually grab the world leader and then throw a fit about that, right? That's something that a woman would do, right?
No, that's not why I said that.
So why did you?
Because Putin and other world leaders would laugh at her thinking it was weak.
Oh, like they've been laughing at Donald Trump?
Even the Taliban just got done laughing at Trump, saying that they could have done a better job negotiating, and the Taliban was like part of the 5,000 people. Yeah, let's see. China's laughed at him, and even Dmitry Gudavez, who was the former president of Russia, said that they enjoyed watching the undressing of the president in his own office.
Okay, they're laughing at
for
Trump.
a second. Hold on for a second. I got to read these off real quick because we're getting. That's a lot. That's a lot. And plus,
But they're laughing at Trump. What would they say if a woman was in office, knowing
you know what the difference
that no woman is equal to men
according
to in these countries?
Hold on. No, hold on, Chris Hawk. I'm gonna mute both of you. I'm gonna mute both of you. This is what I want to do. Hold on. This is what I want to do. I'm gonna invite you. Let's see. Hold on. Where are you? You were in here earlier. Where are you at? She's not in here anymore. She's not here anymore. Hold on. Darn it. Okay, give me a second. Let me read these off real quick. W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent another $1 donation saying this woman is flipping you off, Mike. W's in the chat for Jesse for that $1 donation. W's in the chat for Maribel, who sent a $1 donation saying, I never cried about my aunt's passing until now. W's in the chat for Maribel for that $1 donation. Sorry to hear about your aunt, Maribel. W's in the chat for Jason, who sent $50, a $50 donation, saying, "Love Santana. Hope you can get up more." What do you mean? Hope you can get up more. Get up more. I'm confused, Jason. You get up, or I'm not sure. W's in the chat for Jason for that $50 donation, and also W's in the chat for D-Spec for the $5 donation, saying Mike didn't think a black woman was qualified. Listen, D-Spec sent that $5 donation before Mike said what he said, so D-Spec clocked it before it even happened. Guys, so that means we only have $71 left in our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, Santana Speaks 24, best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Royalty, I'm sorry, I don't know you, but someone let you up. I apologize. Okay, give me a second. Let's do this. Hey, E.
Yes.
So we got Mike here.
Okay.
Mike says a woman could not. Okay, I trust you then. All right, so we got both Royalty and E. Mike, Royalty, E. Mike said a woman could not actually handle what's happening right now. Matter of fact, Mike said that no woman would be able to do the job that Trump is being. He said that Kamala Harris would be doing worse than Donald Trump. Erica, Royalty, I'm gonna give the floor to both of you.
I'm sorry. You want to go, Erica, or you want me to go? I'm sorry.
Either one of you. We only got $78 more to go, so.
Okay.
Mike, whoa.
I cussed. So
not on late nights. Not on late nights. Mike, hold on.
Calm down.
Right.
Mike, you're letting your misogyny show. Don't do that. Tuck it away. Anyway, go ahead.
All right.
So for him to say that a woman can't handle this, it doesn't look like Donald Trump doing a good job of handling it either.
Clock it.
He's very emotional. He's very vindictive. A typical sign that y'all say that women have. So, like all of the signs that y'all say that women have, yes, he's displaying them all.
Absolutely.
And on top of that, I heard that they were afraid that Kamala was going to start WAR. But from the looks of it, we might be heading in that direction anyway. And when it comes down to experience between the two, she definitely had the mental, physical, and emotional experience that he does not and is not capable of having. And I land my plane.
Hold on. So I'm gonna do something fun. We're gonna do something fun. Hawk, Chris, I'm gonna drop you two down. I appreciate both of you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
I'm gonna do something fun.
I'm good, thanks.
I'm gonna do something fun. So we're gonna get you in, and we're gonna get you in. Guys, we're gonna do something fun. We are gonna do something fun. Guys, W's in the chat for Tracy. Tracy sent a $5 donation to say Trump is a whiny little biatch. And that was not a curse word because she didn't actually say the B word, she said biatch. But W's in the chat for Tracy for that $5 donation. Guys, that means that we are now only $66 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, best way to support the live. Everything is accepted, anything's appreciated. So what I'm gonna do is we have a panel full of, oh wait, hold on, B, I'm sorry, B, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
B, are you a woman?
No, I'm not.
I didn't think so. I'm sorry. I'm gonna drop you down as well.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you. 1 second. This is gonna be fun. This is absolutely gonna be fun. Ooh, let's get you in here. There we go. All right. So this is what I'm gonna do for a second. I'm gonna hang back. E, I'm gonna let you control the flow of the panel. We have a panel full of ladies. And then we have Mike. There you go.
All right, and so by the time we finish with Mike dragging him through the mud, we need to go ahead and clear out this goal. All right, how much you say you got left? Because I ain't doing math. It was $66.
Actually,
63.
Actually, we have absolutely nothing left. W's in the chat for Jason, who just sent a $66 donation. Said this hit you. This hit. Jason, I'm not sure what you're saying, but W's in the chat for Jason, who sent that that $66 donation to close out the goal. Also, W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse is on your head, Mike. W's in the chat for Jesse, who sent a $5 donation saying, "Why is Mike letting his whitey male mediocrity show and then choose to use misogyny as an attempt to hide it? Sir, we get it. You're average at best, and it messes with you." W's in the chat for both Jason and Jesse. We don't have a nightly donation goal anymore. It's cleared out, and now let the dragon.
Can we do another one?
No, we can. No, no, we cannot. E, the floor is yours.
All right, okay, all right, Mike. It's just the audacity, the
caucasity. Sorry.
The caucasity. It could be the caucasity too. All right, I was trying to keep it nice. I know where I am. All right. So with that being said, as royalty so eloquently put it, Kamala Harris is by miles more experienced and more qualified than Donald Trump will ever be. Not only did she serve as a district attorney, she also served as the AG of California, the most populous state in the nation, the state with the 5th largest GDP, the state that funds red states all across this country. Kamala Harris was the AG, the top lawyer in that state.
California is horrible.
Kamala Harris is also a state senator. Kamala Harris was also the VP who broke the most ties of any VP in American history. That Kamala Harris who went down to the Ecuador and brokered deals to bring in opportunities to those countries to stop the flow, the influx of migrants, which you all guys, you say you care so much about. Kamala Harris negotiated that deal with the corporations to bring opportunities, so jobs to those countries, so people would stay and build better lives for themselves in their country. Kamala Harris did that. Kamala Harris worked with the banks to negotiate a settlement for homeowners. Kamala Harris did that in the billions. They wanted to offer them $5 billion. Kamala Harris got them $26 billion. All right. Kamala Harris did that. Donald Trump can't even negotiate himself out of a paper bag. All right. So before you speak ill on Kamala Harris, be sure you know exactly who you are speaking on. That's what you need to do. All right. Donald Trump ain't negotiated nothing. He is the only person in history to fail upwards. That's what he has done. It's like I can't curse here. It's only by luck that that man sits in the position in which he is now. Only by sheer luck. All right. And that luck is due to the American populist racism and misogyny. That's what that luck is. All right. So, Mike, you can't even name us one successful Trump business that he created on his own, because that real estate business, he inherited that. That came from his daddy. That's who that came from. He didn't start that. He didn't build it. You can't name anything that Donald Trump has done successfully. And I'm not even going to ask you to, because I don't want you to wreck your brain. I want you to be able to go to sleep tonight. All right. Now, with that being said, I also land my plane. Polly, would you like to discuss anything with Mike?
I sure would.
Hey, Polly.
Hello, panel. Hello, Santana. Thank you for having me up.
Of course.
I just wanted to kind of refresh some people about Miss Kamala Harris as well. If you're wondering whether or not Kamala Debbie Harris would have been soft in the eyes of other world leaders, or whether or not she would have been able to handle a man's job, you might want to ask Bill Barr, because she kind of handled him during that hearing. You might want to ask Jeff Sessions, because she kind of handled him then too. You might want to ask Brett Kavanaugh, because she kind of handled him in that hearing as well. You actually might want to ask Donald Trump, because he didn't even want to debate her again. He said, one and done. I don't want any more of that. You might want to ask Mike Pompeo, who she also handled quite nicely in his hearing. So, just in case, it seems like you're wondering whether or not she would have been able to handle a tough man, a man of power, quote unquote, power. I'm pretty sure she would have been just fine. Just fine. And if you want to know, well, if this is how they're treating Trump, then she would have gotten even worse treatment. I don't know, because splattering Trump's, I don't know if I could say naked, so I'll just say naked, wife all over Russian TV several times, that doesn't scream respect. That does not scream respect. That screams, I don't think much of you, I don't respect you, and I can pretty much have my way with you because I can do this thing here and you won't do a thing about it. And you know Trump knows that Putin did that. You know he knows that. You know he knows that. But he just ignores it because he's actually scared of Putin. So what good is it to have a president of the United States that's scared of any other world leader? I know there's a lot of people on this panel, so I'm going to land my plane right there, although I very much could go on, because Kamala Debbie Harris is not to be played with, and she's proven that time and time again.
That part. Hey, Phoenix.
Hi, I know we were talking about Kamala, and I love her, but I wanted to ask Mike a question.
Sure.
So, Mike, are you the type of guy that believes that like a man has his place and a woman has her place? Would that be correct? Mike?
He doesn't realize that he was on mute. I put him on mute because for some reason he was heavy breathing every time, Polly made a point, so I put him on mute. Mike?
I actually liked her voice. Sorry. No, I don't think like that at all.
So why would you say that women are beneath or whatever the fuck you said?
Well, how am I going to answer a question if you don't even know what I said?
Is that not what you said? You said it wasn't a woman's place or women aren't at the same level.
I said that Miss Harris wouldn't be able to do the job right now because of other men in other countries.
Okay, so you do realize that there are other countries that have had women as president?
Yeah, I do. But I also understand that they're probably friends of the United States, and the ones that are not friends of the United States wouldn't care what she says.
The only reason we don't have as many allies right now is because of the person who's in office now.
I didn't hear you say that again, please.
I said that the only reason we don't have as many allies right now is because of Trump.
Our allies are still there. They didn't go anywhere.
Lies. Okay, so Phoenix, if I
That's
may.
lies. Nobody said they were going to leave. They're just considering everything that Trump is doing right now.
Yeah, and they're losing trust in him, and his credibility, which was already low, is darn near null at this point.
But it's not completely gone.
No, I said it's darn near null, so we're saying the same thing. All right, and he just has one more move to make, which is likely going to be infringing on Panama, and then it's going to be completely gone. But with that being said, to speak to Phoenix's point in regards to Kamala Harris being able to stand with world leaders, a Pew Research study done in 2022 found that 18 out of 19 countries in the EU saw her as a fantastic leader, believed that she had the leadership qualities to run the United States of America. The only country that did not see that in Kamala Harris was Hungary. And you know why? Because they're fascist light over there too. So there's that. Okay?
Well, I was gonna say if women can't be president, then men shouldn't be allowed to be nurses and teachers. But I'll land my plane there. That's all I want to say.
Can't come off mute. I couldn't come off mute. All right, thank you, Phoenix. All right, let's see. Jador, because you were here, what would you like to add? Drag him, sis. Drag him.
Man. Mike, the things that you're saying is so absurd. I mean,
that's okay.
I'll put it like this, right? Because you Trumpers love to talk about, how she wasn't qualified. You can't explain what makes him qualified. It's as simple as this, right? So we have Kamala, district attorney. We have Trump, failed businessman. We have Kamala, senator. We have Trump, a rapist. We have Kamala, vice president. We have Trump, a liar, con man. What are you really talking about? Like, I really want to understand where you're coming from when you speak, and you make points that make absolutely no sense. So you literally said you did not feel that she was qualified, but this is her track record. You felt like Trump was qualified, and that is his track record. And I feel like it would be a lot easier if you were honest and you were just to say, hey, I did not vote for her because she's a black woman, period, and just leave it there. And that's really for a lot of Trumpers. You guys come up here, you're not educated. You haven't read into the things and the arguments that you try to make. And then you try to discredit someone when the proof is literally in the pudding. It's literally there, anywhere that you go to educate yourself. Don't say that you don't have the time. You're on TikTok trying to argue about things that you know absolutely nothing about. Absolutely nothing about. So let's be honest. I really want to ask you honestly, okay? Honestly, break it down for us. What has Trump done in your life to make your life easier that's so great as to why you voted for him? What is he doing now? Or what is he doing right now that you're just like, yes, Trump, yes, you're doing it. You're making America great again. That's my question. Make it clear and plain. Because if you ask any of us on this panel, we can make it clear as day for you when we're talking about Kamala. So make it clear and plain. Don't mention Kamala. Don't mention Biden. What is Trump doing, or what has he done that you said, yes, he's making America great again?
I like the idea of the tariffs. I like the idea of the no tax on overtime.
Seriously?
Yeah, you asked me. I'm telling you.
Love that. So when your groceries are 10 times higher, and it's because of tariffs, right? Because that's what it's going to be because of. You're not going to be able to blame Kamala. You're not going to be able to blame Biden when you can't afford groceries, right? So you just mentioned tariffs, right? So when you're spending more money at the grocery store, how is it that tariffs are a positive? Break it down.
You know, I actually think tariffs are going to be a part-time. I don't think they're going to last very long. And as far as prices at grocery stores, I mean, they've been going up for the past 40 years.
I really hate that you're saying, like, I think this and I think that. No. Yeah, you can think whatever you want. What I'm saying is, when you're spending more, how is that a positive?
When I'm spending more?
Yes, when you're spending more at the grocery store.
When's that going to be?
Now.
Grocery prices have been increasing.
Sir, that's what they do.
Right,
Hey,
that's
why
why I
are
said prices have been going up for the past 40 years. What's the
Why
difference?
are we acting as if we're not seeing the impact of the tariffs that Donald Trump implemented back in 2017 and how they actually impacted us ever since they came into effect? This is not new. It's absolutely not new. The only thing that saved Donald Trump and saved Americans a little bit, unfortunately, and I know it sounds odd, is a pandemic. It quelled the economic negativity that we would have saw from Donald Trump's tariffs. And then it just so happened that it happened in his last year in office, and Joe Biden thus came in and had to deal with the issue. That's why when Joe Biden put the Inflation Reduction Act in place, all right, and it went into, he put it in place in August of 2022. It went into effect in January of 2023. And what we saw was that we started to see grocery prices come down. It quelled inflation. All right, that's what ended up happening. Now, what we're seeing is inflation go up because the United States is so unstable because we have that unhinged man in office right now that the markets don't know what to do. Other countries don't know what to do. Now he's placing tariffs on other countries, broad-based tariffs at that, where it's not even targeted. And you expect us not to have any negative impact from that, Mike? That it's just, it is what it is? Are you serious?
We haven't had it yet.
And
the stock market isn't down?
Right.
So what is it going to take? Like,
what 1.9% or something like that?
Erica,
so at what point?
That's a good question.
That same crash that they were saying that Kamala was going to have is the crash that we have already experienced twice since January the 20th.
There you go.
Not only that, but everything that they said Kamala was going to do, start a war, crash the economy, this man is doing in like 40 days.
Exactly.
It hasn't even, come on, it hasn't even been 6 months.
Also, I don't want to interject too much, but I do want to call this out just real quick. Just throw this in here. Donald Trump, since he was in office, there's been $1.77 trillion worth of gains in the stock market. Donald Trump has completely wiped all of those gains out. So there's that.
My goodness. But he's doing
Just
such a
like,
great job. He's making
and
America great again.
right, and when he had the opportunity to answer, what did Donald Trump do? One thing, he could not come up with anything, and we have just given you like 50 reasons why he shouldn't be president.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
Also,
We haven't. Go ahead, Santana.
No.
I'm
I
sorry.
was just you about to do what I was about to say. I definitely want to hear from the last two women on the
Yes.
panel.
Yes. Audition.
Good evening, everyone.
Hey,
Thank you.
friend.
I'm going to take this a different way. I think that we're having a conversation with a boxer who has no arms. He's not equal to the task of coming up and having a conversation, a real conversation about politics, because he truly failed seventh grade civics class. He doesn't know how the system works. He doesn't even care how the system works. And he certainly doesn't care about the morals of a man who was found guilty of stealing and defrauding a children's cancer charity, let alone libel for grape. He doesn't care that he has 34 felonies. So he continues to say, well, Kamala wasn't qualified. The person that's been in government that actually did things for people, that actually helped people. He doesn't know how the system works. He doesn't know how our government works. And when he says men will not respect other countries, from other countries won't respect a woman. When Donald Trump was president the first time, he was considered the leader of the free world until his second year in office, when that title was bestowed upon Angela Merkel, the chancellor from Germany, a woman. Because nobody respected him. They were following him around Europe with a baby blimp in a diaper. Every place he went, people were ridiculing him. Today alone, China said if Trump wants to do an economic war, we can do any other kind of war he wants to go, not just economic war. He is literally alienating us from our own allies. They had a meeting of the G7, which Putin was a part of when it was the G8, and now it's the G7, and we were not invited. America was not invited. You're sadly unqualified as most mediocre men like yourself having conversations like this. You and Boom should start a ranch someplace and grow herbs or something. You're not qualified to have this conversation. The only reason you're allowed to vote is because you turned 18. Someone should make you count peanuts in a jar or something. You're wholly ignorant, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, but you're wholly ignorant. You should be ashamed of yourself for being this ignorant on a political panel and asking questions, and you don't have any answers to anything. It's embarrassing. I love men. I love penis. I would never date anybody that is this ignorant. I would be by myself with a vibrator before I touched you. That's how sad and disgusting you are. And to say women shouldn't do this, other men won't respect. Just you, bro. Just you. Just a mediocre man like you won't respect a woman because you're afraid that she's better than you, and she is. We are. You are simple-minded, and it's disgusting to have to share this planet with someone this ignorant and who would sell out their own country. When you're saying that she would be bad against Putin, yes, she would be bad against Putin because she wouldn't be on her knees like Donald Trump is with his flaccid thing in her mouth.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Oh, let's audition.
Good
Let's audition. Clear room.
Hey,
Okay. Okay.
tap the screen.
Sorry, I
Tap the
forgot.
screen.
I got wrapped up. Tap, tap, tap the screen, guys. Tap,
Oh
tap,
my
tap the
goodness,
screen.
I'm clutching
My
my
sincere
pearls.
apologies, and I'm going to ask the Lord to
Oh,
forgive
no
me for that
apologies
last time.
necessary,
Don't
baby. No
apologize.
apologies
I
necessary.
am. I'm happy my mom is not watching this tonight. She is not watching tonight.
It's just sad though, because I mean, there are a lot of women like me who adore men and think men are the one of the greatest things on this earth. I really do believe that. But ignorance is not sexy. Stupidity is not sexy. Misogyny is not sexy. Racism is not sexy. Homophobia is not sexy. It's a deterrent. It is a deterrent. That's why we don't want to have y'all babies. Because y'all stupid as
Ooh, language.
I didn't say it. I thought it. I did not say it. But I mean, I would love to have a brilliant man in my life. But if he's this ignorant, the last fool I just got rid of was saying some dumb stuff. And it was not wholly this way, but this is sad. You need to go back to school, bruh. You need to go back to school. We are the most educated group of women out here right now in the world, in this country. Who's the most educated? Black women. The most degrees, Black women. The people that hold up this country all the freaking time, Black women. And it's not because we're trying to get something from our government, which is our government's job to make our lives better, if you didn't know. While all the other corporate welfare is going on and giving billions of dollars to rich people, we're trying to get for everybody. We're trying to help everybody. I'm not concerned that you're getting more than me. I'm concerned that I'm going to hold my head up and go to work every day and still have my Obamacare insurance where I pay $50 to see my doctor and $10 for prescriptions. With no deductible person, because you don't know how the system works. You don't even know what you're fighting against. And that's the shame of it all. That's the specious, disgusting part of this all. You don't even know what you're against. Just because some guy that's orange told you you shouldn't like it, you don't like it. And I'll land there before I curse. And I really don't curse that. I curse all the time, but I did really good tonight.
Proud of you.
Ooh, girl, you did that.
Let me read a couple of these off real quick because this is building up. Again, my mom isn't watching, so I'm gonna read this one off. W's in the chat for I'm gonna read it softly. W's in the chat for Terry. Terry said Trump is a pussy ass bitch. W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $5 donation saying, "Dang it, Mike. There are millions of women that have lapped you in your life, including the ones on this panel. Just admit that you're trash AF in life, and we can all move on." W's in the chat for Justin. Justin sent a $5 donation saying, "It's very ironic that Trump supporters say Kamala is unqualified, but the reason they support Trump is because he's a everyday guy, not a politician. So essentially unqualified." W's in the chat for Sonia. Sonia sent a $1 donation saying, "I truly hope Mike receives everything he voted for personally, over and over again. Misogynist prick." W's in the chat for D-Spec, who sent a $1 donation saying, "For Mike to go back to school, it's not going to take that much." Guys, W's in the chat for everyone. W's in the chat for all the donations. Thank you so much. Guys, make sure you're gifting this absolutely a lovely, amazing panel. Lovely, amazing panel. Take care of the panel. Make sure you're following all of them. Guys, I'm going to throw like a little bit of a wrench into this situation. Phoenix, I'm going to drop you down, okay, my friend?
Okay, have a good night.
Thank you as well. So we have Jessica. I want you to be able to speak. So we're gonna come to Jessica, but we also have. Oh, wrong person. Hold on. Sorry, wrong person. Didn't mean to grab this person. Did not mean to grab this person. It moved on me. We also have Tip loading in here. Tip is a Trump supporter as well. And so Tip's going to add to the conversation. But hold on for a second, Tip. So I'm going to let Jessica speak. And then we'll come back around to Tip and Mike, and then we'll go from there. So just hold tight for me, Tip, okay?
Santana, can I say something really quick, please?
Sure.
Because management is in the comments fighting for her life. Hey, y'all, this is not sparring. This is, who is that? Mute up. This isn't sparring. This is late night with Santana. So can y'all please go easy on the caps? Caps are for mods only. Caps are for mods only. All right. Don't make management mute y'all. All right. Caps are for mods only. Stop using caps. Thank you. It's much appreciated. That's all I want to say because she keep having to say that and people not listening. I don't like that.
Yep.
Stop using caps. Okay.
All right. Jessica?
Hey Santana, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. So, Mike, I just wanted to ask you, you said that you had been a longtime Republican, yes?
No, he didn't really. Mike, I muted you because of background noise. There you go.
I shouldn't have had any background noise.
Well, no.
Anyway.
I didn't know who it was coming from, so I muted everyone.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah, I've been Republican.
So, you've been a longtime Republican, yes? You've never been independent or voted Democrat?
No.
Okay, did you do your research for every single election that you have voted for, or did you just vote Republican regardless of who was on the ballot?
I just vote Republican.
So, I mean, my question is, and I've talked with my family on this as well, and just asked them, because I mean, you do your research when you're going to look for a car, you do your research when you go and look for a house, when you go to apply for a job. What makes a presidential election different that you would not do your research on in order for it to benefit you the best possible way when you are voting?
Because I never ever thought it ever benefited me. No matter which way I voted.
But you said that you've never voted anything different than Republicans, so how would you know?
So I picked one, and I said, well, Republican or Democrat? Which one? And I said, well, Republican. Why not?
Okay, because I know that there are plenty of politicians, elections, judges, whatever, that have had to campaign and go, like, say things that they promise that they will do. Not all of them follow through with it. Guaranteed that. Some of them do lie. Unfortunately, that's just part of being a politician. But so, everything that Trump said on the campaign trail and everything that he said that he wanted to do, you agreed with 100%?
Well, no, because I understand that if I vote red, all right, 60 of that is going to be a lie. If I vote blue, 60 of that is going to be a lie. It doesn't matter who it is that's in front of you. It doesn't matter who it is in front of you. It could be Willie Nelson on a good day.
Okay, so I'm going to change the topic here a little bit, Santana. Is that okay with you?
It's your world.
So did you agree with what Trump had said on the campaign trail, that he was happy to be the bringer that brought down Roe v. Wade? Did you agree with that?
Roe v. Wade. Now we're gonna get into.
Hey, you got a panel full of women, Mike. Answer the question.
You know, honestly, Roe v. Wade doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me. I think a woman's body should be the woman's choice. That's what I believe. Women should have total say in what should happen to her body, just like a man should. But Roe v. Wade was totally different.
So, do you have a wife or any daughters, sisters,
mothers? Oh, thank God I don't have any daughters. I have a girlfriend. I have a sister.
That was a wild way to say that, Mike.
Yeah, I don't want no daughters.
So I guess my thing is that, did you have this girlfriend before the election or after the election?
Oh, me and my girlfriend, we've been together for about 15, 16 years.
Okay, so Roe v. Wade definitely affected her. it might not have affected her directly or right at this time, but it will eventually go towards her direction. So did
How?
you agree with...
I'm just curious how.
So, and I'm sure Erica and Royalty and a bunch of the other people that are probably a lot more educated on politics than myself, I have heard that there is now a legislation that's trying to be passed to get a federal AB ban.
So I got to tell you this before you go on, because my girlfriend's 50 years old. I'm 47.
Okay.
Okay.
So what you're saying is that you're out of the child rearing age. Is that what you're saying? That it's unlikely that she'll ever become pregnant and that you guys will have children. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. You have sisters?
Yeah, my sister's 2 years younger than I am.
Okay. All right. You have sisters. Do you have nieces?
No. I only got nephews, and I got 4 boys.
Okay.
And honestly, this is one of the reasons why why I'm glad I don't have girls, because I don't have to worry about them getting pregnant. I don't have to worry about when they decide at 15 they want to bring a boy home.
You are just happy
That's
that the
you
world
being
does not
selfish,
have
though,
to treat them the way you
because
know that the world treats women. That's what you're happy
Wow.
about. You're happy that you don't have daughters who will receive the treatment that the world gives women.
You're absolutely right, and that's why I
That's why I said it.
But you're happy about that, but you voted for the person who wants to instill a federal AB ban. And also, Roe v. Wade wasn't just about ABs, all right? It was the right to privacy to keep your decisions between you and your doctor, all right? And with these AB bans, these total bans that they have, and I believe it's 14 states now. It's either 11 or 14 states. I can't recall because it has changed. All right. What is happening is that women who are experiencing miscarriages are unable to receive care and unaliving because of it. Just to keep it short and simple for you, women who are experiencing ectopic pregnancies, which are fatal, are not receiving care and unaliving for it. All right. So there's that. So it's not just about, oh, I'm pregnant and I don't want to have this baby. It's not that. It's so much more to it. It's about women's right to their own reproductive health. It is about women's health care. Yes, Santana?
But wait a minute. All right,
Hold on,
go
Mike.
ahead.
I said yes,
Sorry.
Santana.
I just want to read this off real quick because it's a super chat before it goes away. W's in the chat for Godzilla, who sent a $9.99 super chat over on YouTube to say hashtag win with black women 100. W's in the chat for Godzilla for that super chat. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Now, Mike, you can go now.
All right, so that's why I said Roe v. Wade is none of my business. I'm not in a predicament that's going to affect. And I also said that, women should have a right to choose what they do with their body, just like men should. And these doctors that didn't treat the woman that unalived themselves, because there was a couple cases that happened to them.
They didn't unalive themselves.
Or
They did not unalive themselves.
They passed away.
Because they did not receive medical care.
Right. Well, they passed away. Well, I don't know the circumstances, but if the doctor knew that it was possible and he didn't do anything about it, if the doctor realized that that was a possible outcome and he didn't do anything about it, he should lose his license, no matter what the law says.
Hold on. Wait, can I do this one? Can I go? Okay. Hey, Mike, it's me again. Here's the thing.
Cool.
Let me. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Focus. Here's a very simple way to put this. What you just said in a normal world is absolutely correct. But Republicans essentially made medical malpractice legal. That's the most simple and plain way that I can put it. Because if a woman comes into a hospital and they know what's wrong with her, they know what she needs. They know what procedure she needs. They know what care she needs. And they cannot do it, and they proceed to not do it, they're not going to do it. And if she unalives, she unalives. Now, in a normal world, that will be considered medical malpractice, correct?
Yes, but in a normal world, if somebody thinks something is really serious, they would go get a second opinion.
It's not about a second opinion. It's just life and unaliving. I can't say the word, but life and unalive. This is not a second opinion.
I understand that.
The time is not on the side of the woman who's bleeding out, Mike. You don't even know if you can make it to the next medical facility, Mike. Mike, this is not like a knee sprain or an ankle sprain, Mike. Come on now, Mike. Work with me, Mike. You know that this is something that needs to happen. The doctors know that this is something that needs to happen right now, but they can't do it because illegally their hands are tied. So now they are legally forced to practice medicine in a way that they were not trained to do it. And medical malpractice is now a legal thing, basically.
Well, shame on that doctor.
No, not the doctor.
It's not the doctor.
It's the men in suits in legislatures, because now it's quote unquote to the states. Quote unquote.
Me.
Now that it's quote unquote to the states, it's shame on the men in suits in legislatures, not the doctors.
The reason why I said shame on the doctor was because
they want to help her, but they cannot.
The reason why I said shame on the doctor is because sometimes you break the law to do what's morally correct. And if he got arrested for doing it and went to court, I'm sure
he's not going to win in court. He's not going to win.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because there's the law. When you go to court, you have to have a law that you're arguing for or against. If the law says that no, ABs are not allowed, then ABs are not allowed. That doctor will lose in court. That is the point.
Exactly.
And they can go to jail.
But it also
for
says
25 years.
Under
they
a
can
life.
go to jail, Mike, for up to 25 years. And
It's
lose
not just like
their
some
license
financial
to practice
fine.
medicine. They can
It's
go
not
to
just a
prison.
fine. They can actually be imprisoned for a very long time. They will lose not only their livelihood, aka their license, but they will just lose the life as they know it because they will be locked up for a very long time. Because that's
But the
what the
doctor
men in
knew it
suits-
was a life and death, a life in a life in unalive situation.
Years old who
Yes,
doesn't understand.
and the doctor has
comprehend
also told
what he's
these men in
voted
suits with no medical degrees to stay out of this. But did the men in suits with no medical degrees listen? No. They're still trying to legislate medicine. And all, as many people have already said, all Roe v. Wade was saying is that you have medical privacy. And Mike, that includes you, pal, medical privacy. This particular issue of AB is just one of the medical issues.
So,
but that extends to everyone's medical privacy for whatever issue they may have.
Hold on one moment.
to be able
One
to
moment,
break
guys.
HIPAA.
Yeah.
Let Mike ask his question, and then Royalty, I want you to answer because Royalty had her hand up.
Yeah, and actually, let me read a couple of these off real quick because I want to get these in as well. W's in the chat from Maribel. Maribel sent $1 donation saying, thank you Audition for speaking my thoughts. So W's in the chat for Maribel for that. W's in the chat for Dupree for the $1 donation saying, give this to Mike so he can buy a corner. No, I'm not going to say that with Dupree. I can't say that, Dupree. W's in the chat for Jesse that sent a $5 donation say, oh snap, oh snap, he's beginning to crack. Ladies, go for the KO punch and put him out of his misery. And W's in the chat for Jesse for that. Also guys, W's in the chat for Aaliyah who sent a $1 donation saying a black woman would do it best. He knows she's qualified, so he didn't vote for her. Also, W's in the chat for Jesse with an I who sent a $1 donation saying, Texas woman here. No one in Texas was able to vote on AB. No one. It wasn't an option for us. And we can't go to another state legally. W's in the chat for Jesse for that donation. Guys, listen, while I'm up on the panel, listen, you guys can put your comments in the chat and all this other stuff. I would much rather that you guys focus on the women that are on the panel. Gift them. Let's take care of them. I know Erica has her pay links in her bio, but if anyone else has their pay links in their bio, please send the donations to them. But at the very least, let's blow up all of their gifts. every single woman on this panel gifts should be over 2,000 coins. There's almost 1,200 of us hanging out here right now. Every woman on this panel for this labor that they're going through should have way over 2,000 coins. So let's do all the wonderful things. Let's take care of all the women on the panel.
Hey, Santana. Can I chime in here really quickly?
Erica has the floor.
I'm sorry.
I can't remember what she said she was gonna do. Erica.
Okay, I was letting Mike ask his question, and then Royalty, I wanted you to answer and say your piece because you had mentioned you had your hand raised.
Also, we got a question from Super Chat as well, so I got to get to that at some point.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll get to Serbios over Super Chat. I'm gonna come back to you. Go ahead.
So my question was about HIPAA. Doesn't HIPAA kind of block certain things?
Is a question for me? Who's the question for?
It was for Erica.
I think she was going to
Sorry,
let
I
Royalty
wasn't listening
answer
to
it.
you. I wasn't listening. What'd you say?
I said, doesn't HIPAA block things between doctors and patients?
When you say block things between doctors and patients, what do you mean?
Like almost anything that's private information.
Where's the chargers?
Oh, Bubba, I don't know. That's why I wasn't listening, because I was talking to an 11-year-old that refuses to go to sleep. Yeah, I'll find it and do it for you. Okay. Yes, HIPAA does protect your medical information, but Parker's, my dear friend, says not in Texas anymore. So no, because in the state of Texas, they actually are tracking women across state lines who leave the state to get an AB. So there's that. So no, it does not apply. These laws are superseding things, and it's absolutely ridiculous. I think Jessica wanted to speak to HIPAA.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But Royalty, did you want to speak to HIPAA? I'm trying to let y'all speak.
No, I didn't want to exactly speak towards HIPAA. I
Mhm.
wanted to kind of backtrack on what he had said before about him not having female children. And to me, it sounds like the way he think is the reason why he don't want to have female children, because he knows that the way he thinks is absolutely wrong in some sense. So he don't want other men or other people to think about his girls that way. And I really, really hope that he's not raising his sons, he said he had 4 of them, to think that way. And as far as ABs, yeah, I don't think that you should touch on this topic. So I think that you were right with staying in your lane. But I do want to say that I respect you for being honest, so we can bring some knowledge to you. But like the way you think is just, it's in every situation. I've been on this panel, or I've been in the comments for hours, and the way you think, period, is very frustrating.
So I guess on that point, let's do this because you're right. Let's switch the actual conversation back just a little bit. Let me read off the super chat. Also, chat. Again, every woman on this panel should have over 2,000 coins. Let's do all the wonderful things. Let's take care of all these women that are on the panel and they are doing heavy lifting for us. Let's make sure that we are appreciating them, because I promise you, it is not easy being up here. Mike, a super chat that was received, I want to say it's pronounced Serbios. Serbios sent a $4.99 super chat to say, which direct policy has improved your life? Which one has made your life much better right now? It's not about passive talk, it's about active policy. So specifically, going back to what you said, Mike, not, oh, I like his ideas on this or that. What they want to know specifically, what active policy has made your life better?
Good question.
Well, as far as right now, none. But if there's no tax on overtime, that would affect me greatly.
Do you know what no tax on overtime is? Like seriously, like come on, Mike. Mike, you say you 50?
No,
How
I'll
are
be
you?
47.
Oh, okay. Close enough.
It
You
is.
should know better. I know, right? Close enough. I'm almost 60. Now, with that being said, Mike, listen, here's the deal. All right. It basically means no more overtime. It's going to be comp time. You're not going to get paid for it, okay?
No, wait.
No,
Can
it's
I
going to
ask you a
basically be
question?
used like PTO.
Can I
It's
ask
not
you a
going to be
question?
money that you're going to get. You're sure you can ask me a question, but I'm trying to tell you that this whole no tax on overtime thing is not what you think it is.
All right.
You've
All
been
right. Then
hoodwinked,
before
bamboozled, led astray.
go ahead. I'll let you finish because
I'm tired.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sleepy. I'm
Oh,
sleepy.
can
I
I
get
chime
sleep.
in here?
Sure, by all means.
Please. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. And if I sound like I'm yelling, I'm not. I'm dealing with laryngitis right now, so I apologize. But I really have to say this. First, and it's gonna be quick. I don't like to drag things out. Jessica, I want to say I love the question that you asked him when this first began. So I'm gonna take it just one step back, okay? When you asked him and you were like, you educate yourself when buying a car. You educate yourself before getting a job. What makes choosing a president any different? And Mike, your answer was because regardless, you feel like it doesn't benefit you, regardless, right? I feel like that's a load of crap because if that was really the case, you just wouldn't vote. You just wouldn't vote. You'd be like, hey, if I vote for this person, it's not going to matter if I vote for that person. But you want to know what it really is? It's that you think that the things that he's talking about doing is not going to impact you. You think, oh yeah, he's talking about getting rid of all the migrants and he's going to do that. Oh, I'm not going to be affected. I'm not going to be affected. So you don't care. You don't care. So that's the reason why you voted the way that you did. But I have news for you, buddy. You are about to feel it. All of you Trumpers that are sitting on your high horse and you're looking down at people being deported and you're looking at people on Medicaid and you're like, yeah, I'm better than them because I'm not on Medicaid, I'm not on food stamps, I'm not taking advantage of the government, so yeah, I'm gonna vote for Trump and he's just gonna screw you guys. But guess what, sweetheart, you guys are about to get screwed because I have news for you. The people in poverty, when everything hits the fan, they know how to overcome. They've been in poverty. The people in middle class who struggle to pay their bills sometimes, they know how to eat cheaper and get through this. It's you people sitting on your high horse that feel like you will never feel what's coming. You're
This is
gonna feel it
hilarious
more than
because
anybody else. You're gonna feel
making
it more than
assumptions on
anybody else.
me.
Oh, no. I'm listening to you.
You're
Listen,
listening to me,
no,
but you're listening to me now, but you have no idea where I came from. Just like
No.
I don't
That
know
doesn't
anything
matter.
about you.
No. That doesn't matter. You just said it when it came to women. You said, I'm glad I don't have daughters because, this is not something that's going to impact you when it comes to AB. I'm almost 50, so I'm not trying to have children, so it doesn't impact me. So all I'm telling you, and I'm getting ready to land my plane right now, all I'm telling you is, and this is not just for you, this is for anybody who voted for Trump, who was laughing at everything he was saying when they thought it would impact other people and not themselves. You are getting ready to feel it. I promise you. And there I land my plane.
So this is what I want to do because it's t-shirt time. Everyone, I don't know if everyone has noticed the counter on the actual screen, but it's definitely t-shirt time. I want to go around the panel just really quick. And first and foremost, chat, we are almost there. Everyone is almost over 2,000 coins. Let's make sure that all of our panelists are over 2,000 coins before we go ahead and do this. I'm just going real quick, going around the panel. Jessica, any last words or comments towards Mike? Any last bit of knowledge?
Yeah. So I mean, what it boils down to is, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just seems really idiotic and really naive, in my opinion, to not do your research when it comes to something that possibly, even if it might not affect your life 100%, if it even has a possibility of affecting your life, why not do the research in order to make sure that it's not the worst case scenario? Not to mention the fact that just from his first term and his second term, all along the campaign style, and the way that he talks about women, the way that he talks about veterans, the way he talks about immigrants and or migrants, the way he talks about people with disabilities. I mean, this is just a question for Mike, did any of that click with you for the way that he talked about any of those demographics?
I'm gonna take liberties and say no. I'm gonna take liberties and say no. Okay, hold on, because I want to move it around the panel really quick, for last words, because yeah. Jadora, any other last quick thoughts or comments or anything towards Mike?
You know, honestly, anytime I'm on a panel like this and I'm talking to someone who supports Trump, you know, I am wise enough to know that it's like talking to a brick wall, but I still know that there's a lot of people in the chat who need to hear a lot of this stuff as well. So no, it's not anything specific I want to say to Mike, because I don't feel like he's here to get educated. I don't feel like he's here to really learn, you know what I mean? And potentially have a change of heart in a way, even if you don't agree 100%. When somebody gives you facts, when somebody gives you the data and shows you, for you to at least be able to acknowledge, like, oh damn, yeah, you're right, I should have educated myself more. But what I will say is that I don't know how many, you know, people believe in karma, but you know, when you look at a person like Trump and how nasty they are, and just like Jessica said, how they talk about women, how they talk about veterans, how they talk about, you know, children, all of these different things, you know what I mean? It says a lot about your character when those are the types of people that you support wholeheartedly. And then you have people like Kamala, and I think it was Erica or Audition, who was saying, who was really out here doing things for people. You claim you care about the American people, and then you would vote against somebody who has proven to do for people, not for themselves. It's just really unfortunate. I want to say thank you for having me on this panel tonight.
Absolutely.
You know, and I just pray that people educate themselves more. And, you know, I pray that we get past this and we get somebody in office who really cares about America, because we know for a fact it is not Donald Trump.
Yep. No. All right, 1 second. Hold on. Audition. Something really quick. Any last quick words that you have for Mike?
Yeah, I'd like for Mike just to educate himself on Smoot Hawley. Smoot Hawley, he mentioned that he was for the tariffs and that they weren't going to be long-term tariffs. But Smoot Hawley is the reason that we had the Great Depression in 29, because we had tariffs on everybody, and it literally bankrupted our country and put us in a depression. Again, I know you're not going to research this or find out information. When you do blanket tariffs like this guy has done, it hurts our country, it hurts our economy, it hurts not only our finances, but it hurts our allyships. And what he's doing to our allies, putting tariffs on Canada for no reason, it's hurting Americans, because now they're not even selling Kentucky bourbon in Canada. Not that I drink, but whatever. But it's hurting Americans. And when you're voting for someone, just like Jade said, I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but you're not caring about Americans. And that's why I've never voted for a Republican, because Republicans have never been on the right side of history on anything in this country. Not one thing, not civil rights, not voting rights, not LGBTQIA rights, not Roe versus Wade, not any of it, DEIA. They were all against everything that helped everybody. They weren't even for veterans benefits.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you so much, Audition. Royalty. Any last quick words for Mike?
I don't necessarily have any words for Mike, because I mean we have all said a lot, and if he hadn't gotten it by now, he's not going to get it. But I do want to say thank you for allowing me on your panel.
Absolutely. Thank
And to all of those, I want to spend this time to bring recognition to all of those who have lost their jobs, to our vets, to our children that could lose Medicaid, to our seniors that has a possibility of losing their Social Security. I want to let everyone know that we are going to be here for each other. We are the United States and we will get through this. I don't know how. I don't have any answers, but we have to keep pushing. That is what make us great. That is what gotten us past in the past. We have a playbook to follow, and it's called a past. We can get and we will get through this. It may be hard, but we will get this. And I want to let everyone know that has lost their job or anything that my heart is with each and every one of y'all.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Hold tight for me a second. Polly, any last quick comments, thoughts, or anything for Mike?
Absolutely. I just want to check in though. Mike, are you still there? I want to make sure you're hearing me.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, great. I want to refocus back on to why all of us are even on the panel. And it was because of this skepticism you seem to have as to whether or not world leaders would have respected Kamala Devi Harris on the world stage. And I truly hope that not only you were listening, but that you learned something about not only her, but how to judge any candidate for president. And I also hope that you learned that the difference between her being a world leader is that the only thing they would have had on her is the fact that she was a woman. And if that's the case, they can say and do whatever. It's not going to change the fact that she's a woman. It's not going to change the fact that she would have been the president of the most powerful country on the planet. But instead we have somebody who they also don't respect, but he's got 70 plus years of a scandalous life and lifestyle that they can use as blackmail, as compromise, and as mockery. And that's the difference. So when you ask, yeah, they're making fun of him, wouldn't they have made fun of her? Of course. But you have to look at what exactly they would have been making fun of. And if you had to choose, I would have chosen the candidate whose only offense was that she had the audacity to be born a woman. I do have more to say. I can be long-winded, and I know I'm going to regret not saying everything that I really want to say, but I am trying to be respectful of everybody else on the panel. I do appreciate everybody on the panel. You guys rock. I appreciate you, Santana, for letting me up. You also rock. And Mike, I hope you learned something.
Okay. All right. 1 second. Erica, any last words, quick thoughts, or anything for Mike?
No, the ladies said everything that needed to be said. That's all I got. They said everything that needed to be said. And he just gonna have to, he effed around. He about to find out. The Smooth Holly Act is very real. I always said on my live, look to the past and know your future. And that's really it. We've been here before. All right. And hopefully in 4 years, we'll get to vote again. And we'll vote in a president who's not going to be afraid to tax the rich as they should be taxed, that won't be afraid to increase the corporate tax rate so that we can rebuild our economy. I just hope that Donald Trump doesn't destroy it to the detriment that we can't rebuild it.
you know? So, you know, and we just gonna keep educating people, sharing this information, and that's it. That's it. It's t-shirt time, bro.
It is absolutely t-shirt time. Two quick things real quick. W's in the chat for Desiree, who sent a $10 donation saying, love your platform. Thank you. Thank you so much, Desiree. You are absolutely awesome. Also, W's in the chat for Press Your Duck over on Twitch, who subscribe through Amazon Prime over on Twitch, but specifically said overturning Roe v. Wade was an abortion ban. It's not just about AB. They're cutting access to women's health care overall. Clinics that offer basic care like BC and cancer screenings are shutting down, and there are fewer doctors that want to work in states that restrict laws. This hits low-income and rural areas the hardest, leaving women with fewer options for essential care, pregnancy support, and even routine checkups. Mike, Press Your Duck specifically wanted to make sure that they, got that information to you. With that being said, Mike, I wanted to come to you lastly. Mike, is there any last parting words or anything that you have for the women on the panel? Like so many of them up here have spent so much time trying to communicate with you and trying to give you that information and just, going back and forth with you. Mike, is there anything that you want to say to the women or on the panel or any last words for them?
Yeah, actually, I think they're all...
We do not care. W's in the chat for all the ladies on the panel. W's in the chat for all the women on the panel.
I cannot.
He got that from me. He got that from me.
I will be damned if I let him actually get the last word.
He got that from
After
me.
each and every one of you just sat up here and schooled him.
I cannot.
I love you, Santana. That was everything.
That was epic.
That was everything.
I don't know why he thought that he was gonna be able to say anything. That was stupid. That was dumb.
I love it.
He's been up here demonstrating everything that he knows all night. It's been mind numbing.
That was fun.
Anyway, would you ladies like to do the outro with me?
Sure. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, everybody has to come off mute. You guys know what to do, right?
No.
No.
Erica, I know you know.
I know.
Yeah, okay. Just follow the... All right. We're going to do the outro, guys. We're going to do the outro. And if you know what's about to happen, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Listen, guys. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being amazing. Thank you for all of the taps, the likes, the shares, all of the love. You guys are all so amazing. This panel was so amazing. They did an absolute... Listen, I said it was going to be fun because I knew it was going to be fun, and I specifically called on certain people to come up on the panel. Most of these women that are on the panel had no intentions on actually requesting up, and I pulled them up on the panel because I knew that these women could do the heavy lifting, and I'd be damned if they didn't show up and show out, because that's what they do. But with that being said, guys, we're going to call it a night. We are going to do late nights one more time. Yes, we're having late nights tomorrow night. I know it's Thursday night, but we took Monday off, so we're going to do it on Thursday. So we will have 3 nights of late night. So make sure if you're available, come back. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Thank you all for the loves, the likes, the shares, the taps. Thank you for all being here. You all are absolutely amazing. Ladies, everyone off mute, say it with me. And as always...
Peace.
Thank you, Santana.
Thank you, Santana.